You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcos. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the songs with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's happening?
How are you today on this lovely Thursday?
Thursday, week 2 of the playoffs for golf.
Oh.
Nice hot day. I think I might get in the pool today since I've been cleared.
Nice.
First time in a while. You know, I love me some pool work.
I do. So you're allowed to just, what are you allowed to float in there? Or can you actually do some of your pool exercises?
First of all, I don't know how people do it. I can't float.
I can't float either.
Look, I tried to go, and then I love when people try to help you. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. I'm like, then why is my ass on the bottom of the pool?
Yep. Same. Can't do it.
I sink like a rock.
I remember giving my, I remember when I took my daughter to swim lessons, and that was a big part of it. You know, it was like a, daddy and me type of thing, and you had to like have them float. And she was freaking out. She hated it because that was a big thing. They wanted, but even before you teach them how to swim, they want to teach your kids how to float.
Right.
And it was terrible because she was crying like crazy. And, I'm like trying to I got like the forehead back, like up, and I'm just like, and the water's getting in the ears. They're like 3, they're freaking out. It was crazy. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, hello.
Wow. Single digits.
Hello. Oh my God,
how are you today?
Not well today.
Yeah.
Oh, he froze. Nice. I got it.
Oh, Tobin froze.
Yeah, he's frozen.
It is hard to tell, right?
No, it's not. He hasn't said a word.
There he is.
Hello.
He's back.
I was just waiting for all the circles to stop.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It comes out of nowhere, too.
It does. It does blip. Right. And, you always get those things like where they're like, oh, we're doing work in your neighborhood. It's like,
No, I have, I have the extenders and the Eros, and I have like 3 different, 3 different things I could go on to. So I'll just switch. So that's why sometimes it takes me a little longer than you, because I have, 4 different, 4 different things I could hook up to get online. So
yeah, well, one thing we know about you with technology, more options the better.
Who froze now? No, I'm kidding. I swear I was on a different tab and I was like, oh my gosh, did Leroy freeze now?
No, because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because my spirit, when somebody tells a funny, I saw you over there cheesing, and I'm like, I can't believe this. I can't believe,
come on. You take the first chance at me too, so it's okay.
All right.
Let's get to our headlines. Those are brought to you by Doral Kia. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Ugh, Marlins. Yikes.
Dude, what the? Again, even when they get a lead, you're like, it's coming. It's against this team.
Well,
right? The guy that nobody wants hits a home run. Come on.
I know. Well, he's killed Sandy in his career. That's been one where he's always had success against Sandy Alcantara. And yes, Luis Ariz hits a 2-run homer yesterday. Sanoja went deep, but the Marlins really couldn't get any offense going. You want to know why? Because they can't hit Aaron Nola. You never hit Aaron Nola. It's always just he's sitting there. He's got no rhyme or reason to him. He's just a junk baller, and the Marlins can't hit those guys. So super annoying.
He throws heat.
But he throws heat, but he throws backwards all the time. He's throwing those loopy curveballs. Tough.
Right. Oh, New Orleans beat us again.
Nola beat us again. He does. Yeah. He does. That's what he does. So the Marlins right now, standings wise, they find themselves 4 back in the wild card, but they're now behind 2 more teams in St. Louis and Arizona. Philadelphia has worked their way up. They're getting a grip on that second wild card spot. San Diego has the last one. The Marlins will welcome in the Nationals. And here's the thing with the Marlins, like everything is sweep one way or another. So they could come in this weekend at home. Maybe they sweep the Nationals and you feel good about it. Like they don't allow you to feel normal. The Marlins just don't do anything like steady. It's always just whoop.
Like they won't go 10-5.
Nope.
They'll go 0-6 and then 9-1.
Yeah, it's
right. Like, and you're like, so I mean, is that partly part of being a young team? Because
a young 500
because
team.
I got to tell you, I feel more nervous when somebody gets on first base. Because
of base running blunders.
Oh my goodness, they run like why? Guys on second base, he's looking around. I'm like, no, he's
feeling froggy.
He's gonna do it, and some of them, and I'm watching them run, and they go, this guy has speed, and I see him running. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
Deceptive speed?
I don't know, but like the guys that they say can run. I mean, are we doing baseball speed? How are we doing that? Because
I think it is baseball speed.
Some of these guys look like they're lumbering.
I'll tell you one thing too. Nobody looks fast with that stupid oven mitt on.
Because they run like they're trying to protect it.
Yeah, it just looks ridiculous. It's a ridiculous, like nobody looks cool with that thing on.
I saw a guy go with the double mitts.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. People go double mitts. They're really paranoid about their fingers.
Oh, well, I did my thumb sliding. So I like when I see him with the oven mitts, I'm like, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. So the Marlins are off today. Thank God. They'll be back at it tomorrow for a series with the Nationals. The Dolphins, they got a joint practice today. Dun, 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 dun. Dan. That's football.
Yeah. How we like me and you have Hafley has turned us off to the joint practices or football in general because
it's not his fault. Like I'm not blaming Jeff Hafley. Like, they all do it.
It's a trend. Like let's not play them in games. Let's play them in these practices. And they try to time everything. They try to, you know what I mean? They try to make it as close. They have officials out there. So they try to, but there's no penalty. You know what? When a receiver and a DB go at it and they're grabbing and tugging at each other and the official throws a flag at practice, you know, it's, hey, buddy, you can't do that. Okay, gotcha. Next play, they do it again. You get in a game and it costs you a first down or 15 yards. Now we got to have a conversation. It matters. It's different. The penalties aren't the same. You get an hour and a half in the huddle, right? Your coach is there explaining. You're not signaling in from the sidelines. So they're like, I get what they're trying to do. And sometimes I found myself getting in more trouble trying not to get hurt instead of just playing football and understanding I'm going to have to learn how to protect myself.
Well, he's for sure not playing anybody this weekend. You could tell by his answer today. This was Jeff Hafley speaking to the media this morning, and he basically, you could tell he just basically wants to say, we're not playing.
You know whether you'll run the starters out there for preseason week 2?
I kind of know which way I'm leaning, so I'm not going to BS you. Everybody should be ready to play. I think it's really important for me and for us to see how many reps our guys get today, and then am I willing to put certain guys out who might get 40, 45 reps, you know, 2 days later, so I got to be careful on that. But I have a certain idea. We'll meet this afternoon, and I'll finalize it, and then I'll have an answer for you. Do I talk to you guys? Do I talk to them again before the game? Gosh, so you're not even going to get to know.
Yeah, get ready to learn Cam Miller, buddy.
Ready? I have boots on the ground.
Counting
plays, because we've also had this argument. You want to know who my boots on the ground is?
Omar?
No, I'm not.
Perk?
No, I'm not asking a reporter.
So who are your boots on the ground?
OJ McDuffie.
Oh, really?
Yes. We've been going at it because he is hook, line, and sinker buying what the coach is saying. And I'm like, dude, you played. We practice against other teams. You get like 10, 15 reps a day against the other team. So you ain't getting 45 reps. You understand? Think about this. The average team runs 60 plays, 70 plays a game. That's 140 plays both ways. All right. And that's just being nice. Sometimes it's lopsided. Sometimes you have long drives. Oh, we're not even counting that. That's 140 plays, right? 45 plays would be 2.5, 3 quarters. Right? How long is a football game? Is 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Do you understand if you did that in practice? Let's talk about warm-ups, individual drills, then your own team drills, and then you practice against each other. That's not counting one-on-ones. That's not counting special teams. And now you're saying your offense and defense are going to get 45 plays? You'd have a 4.5-hour practice.
So let me get this straight. I just want to be clear here. How did you and OJ McDuffie get into this debate? Like, he texted you and was like, oh, yes. no, he is doing that?
Yes.
And then you got to...
He says, you are... Hold on. Let me... you know what? I'll just pull it up right
You want a
now.
direct quote.
Yeah, I want to know. And how did this debate...
Because he does this to me. Just out of the blue. And then we start going at it. Ready?
Searching.
Yeah, here we go. He goes, don't you think joint practice reps are big? And I replied, but in team 9-on-7, the starters only get 5 to 10 plays. He's making it sound like they're getting 40 reps in practice. Starters will get 30 practices 1v1.
So 30 reps on 1v1?
Yeah, no, they ain't playing that much. So that means that the starter is going to go every rep of every team drill. No, you run 3 plays and then you switch.
Interesting.
So he said, but that's not game reps. It's game speed. If you say so, starters get 20 reps tops at joint practice. That's what I said. He said, I will keep count tomorrow. We can circle back. I said, football plays only. Plays 11 on 11 with Willis at quarterback. That's what he said. I said, quarterback is different. He's a rookie. We just going to act like he don't need the reps?
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're not counting one-on-one reps. Maybe the coach is.
No, I'm not counting like wide receiver, you going one-on-ones or linebackers going one-on-ones with tight ends. That ain't game reps.
That's not game reps. So so when you're talking about reps, he's definitely
I'm talking about team football reps. The things that look like a game.
I bet you 100% when Hafley's talking about it, though, that's not what he's counting. He's counting one-on-one reps.
But that's not football.
I get you. I'm just telling you. I bet you that's what's happening. He's got to be counting drills.
And then wait, how about this? You only do that like 2 times a period. Keep in mind, you got 7, 8, 9, 10 guys at certain positions.
Right.
So if everybody went 5, 10 times, you're doing 60 plays just one-on-one?
Dude, I'm telling you, the entire thing of this is coaches don't want to get on the hook for hurting anybody in the preseason.
Right.
That's the entire reason why it's become such a thing.
Don't lie about it then. Don't lie about it. And guess what? You have a very young team.
Right.
You have a very young team. Those guys haven't played. And wait. So let me get this straight. You got 21 guys that are first or second year. And you think that you're going to get – huh?
Who's playing on Saturday?
and you think the reps that they get on today's practice is going to be equivalent to actually playing NFL football?
It's weird.
You got a young team.
Like, you should. I'm for you guys. Like, some guys can get held out. Obviously, Brooks.
Yes.
Brooks, I'm talking like, but the
I don't
young.
even think Malik should.
Yeah,
He's basically a rookie.
But I was hoping, like, all right, a little bit more. Like, let's get 2 drives.
Let's build up. Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where you get in trouble. This is where you start the season off sloppy. And I know I sound like an old curmudgeon.
You do.
But am I not making sense?
I wonder who it was along the way, though, because this was a thing that was led by players, was it not? Like, players wanted more protection on these things. So, like, somewhere along the way, there were anti-Leroys who were like, no, we don't want more practice.
No, so there's
that's how it led to this way.
Which makes it even more difficult to get ready for the season. I was all for, like the tour days with Belichick was brutal, right? Like, you left every second practice, you're seeing spots because you're so like just out of it, dehydrated or whatever. So, but then when I went to Minnesota, we never had 2 padded practices. And if we practiced twice in a day, the evening practice was special teams practice.
Well, I want to know who's I wonder what the line is, though. Like, what's the age of player? Because I hear you obviously you're from an era. I hear Channing with Hawk. He's talking about his Saban days. Like, when was the line of
4 years?
4 years ago?
No, I'm saying 4 years, and that's when you start getting
rest.
Right. So you'll get a bet. So they would say, okay,
but I'm saying what's the era line, do you think? What do you think it was, like 2015, like 2012? I guess two-a-days stopped in 2011.
No, like, there was coaches that did it when I played. That's what I'm saying. Denny basically did what they're doing now. We would only have 1 practice. We would if we did, what we would do is we would have, say, evening, we'd have 1 practice in the morning, and in the evening it was special teams and weightlifting. Right. And then you had your meetings and stuff. So I was doing it when I played. I'm not even like, but I was also it was just starting to get to where I was in the era where the last preseason game was the dress rehearsal, and the starters came out and did a drive the second half. So you go in, you learn how to make adjustments. You start game planning. So the preseason game, you're actually game plan for the other team. You start watching film on the other team, stuff like that, just to get you ready for the season.
Well, get ready for nobody playing, and it's going to be game day uncensored coming your way, 2:00 on Saturday. Awesome. Weather. It's brought to you by Tornado Roofing Contracting. Beat the storm. Schedule your free roof and window estimate. Call 954-968-8155. 88 degrees right now. It feels like 94. Heat advisory and air quality alert. Does that mean we got more fires, Jennifer?
I think I did smell some on my way over here. So yeah, possibly.
And rain. So we got it. We're touching them all today.
Such a productive summer over here. It's great.
Yeah, we're touching them all today. We'll take a break. More to come. We're back after this.
WQAM.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM.
I'm hurt.
Why's that, dude?
My boy.
Why?
So, Pete Bursich, he played with me and Robert, and he does a radio show in Minnesota, right? And Pete asked Robert, how difficult is it for a running back to fix this? Because they have a running back who's a fumbler. And Robert's reply, he's very educated and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a fundamental issue. Or you're like Big Mouth Leroy and just don't know when to quit.
Jeez. He said that?
Yes.
Oof. Sorry.
That hurt.
I thought you did get better at it.
Can I just tell you, throughout my whole career, I don't ever think I did anything different. And I tell people, you can tell the guys who are more inclined to fumble. They're more violent. They're and they're herky-jerky and they're, good feet. And when you have all those moving parts, the ball tends to get away from your body. Whereas you think of the methodical runners. So, for example, how violent was Adrian Peterson? Violent, right?
Sure.
He fumbled, right? Whereas Derrick Henry doesn't. And Derrick Henry's violent, but he doesn't have that herky-jerky, sudden move, quick feet kind of thing. It's very methodical. So he doesn't fumble as much. And so, what ends up happening is coaches want you to be that guy and still protect the ball like a guy who doesn't run like that. And you just have to, I remember when Bill's first year, he called me and Eric Metcalf into his office. So this was our first meeting with Belichick. Now, me and Eric are friends. So, we don't we ain't going to get caught off guard by anything he says. He goes, Metcalf, you led the league in fumbles per touch, right? And so I looked at Metcalf and I started smiling, right? Now, we had just met Belichick. He goes, shut up, Horde, you were second, right? Yeah. And we both had that same, style of running. Eric was very lateral, very quick, explosive, kind of like that. So I don't know, and so then I went out of my way to try to protect the ball. And I felt uncomfortable. I felt like a spastic. I felt like I couldn't move. So finally Bill said, just be more careful, right? Because you lose who you are. Of course you have to try to protect it and know when you can protect it, right, know when not to make that extra move or try to get that extra yard. But at the same time, you still have to be you. How I played football is what got me to that point. And you can try to be more careful, but man, people that when you cut and run and whatever, the first thing that gets away from your body are your arms because you're trying to create leverage to be able to move.
Looks like
you can't. If I took and put your arms and taped your arms to your chest like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think you're going to run?
Not well.
You can't run a 4.2 like that. You can't run, for some a little bit slower. But it's hard. But you pump your arms and so then they put this thing up. Oh, he's got short arms. He's got little hands. They put all these other things on it.
You don't have little hands, buddy.
No, I don't.
Your hands are completely normal.
Everybody has this thing. They want an explanation as to why. And they try to make it something's wrong physically with him. That's why he does it.
According to Boots on the Ground, Abdul Carter threw a punch at Patrick Paul during one-on-ones.
Woo! Wait, hold on. Listen, there's a lot of people that I'm gonna mess around with and play with. Patrick Paul does not seem one to be played with.
Yeah, he didn't hit him.
Right?
Well, he didn't connect. He's too short.
But still, you want that smoke?
I don't think so.
No.
How tall is Abdul Carter?
He's got to be 6'5".
6'5", 6'3".
6'3". Oh,
giving up 6 inches.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. You know what that meant? He probably got jacked up and held. And I'm gonna tell you that Patrick Paul was holding him like a little doll and just shaking him. And he's like, let me go. And he'd shake him a little bit more, and then he punched. Like they make a point. He got in his feelings. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's joint practice is underway over in Miami Gardens. Seeing the Dolphins. This is from Big E, the Dolphins fan. The Dolphins returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
There's no tackling.
That's fair.
Wait, there's no tackling.
I don't think anybody touched him. Got a big guy back there blocking for him.
They have a lineman.
Yeah.
The way they do it now is they put a row lineman.
Yeah.
It's not like a whole bunch of linebackers and running backs and wide receivers, which also affects how you pick and choose your roster. With the kickoff rules changing, you don't need as much athleticism back there.
Crazy, man. That's looks like it's really hot today. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fight. It's about that time in camp.
Hey, there's nothing worse than somebody going extracurriculars and it's hot. Like that make you want to fight. And then some coaches say, if you're hot, why are you burning up all your energy between plays? And then you want to punch the coach.
Joe Dirte says, does he want Joe Dirt or is it Joe Dirte? Is he a Latin Joe Dirt? I can't tell if he has the accent on it.
Sometimes you end up with names because the other name is taken.
Joe Dirt says, Paul is on a mean streak. He wants his money. He can smell it. Yeah, he's probably going to get paid big money next year for sure. Second round
tackle.
Pick.
Yeah.
I would say if he has a good year. That's usually speaking of money, by the way, Vita Vea got his he got his bump from the hold in.
Yeah.
He got a 1 year, $30 million extension. So
that's after this year though.
Yeah, like they gave him a bump this year and I think 24 guaranteed next year, something like that.
You remember they used to never do extensions. They used to just tear up the contract and redo it.
Right.
Yeah. You know what that does? That gives them more time to figure out what to do. Because if they give you that contract and it's now and they tear up the old one, now you got to make roster moves.
Oof. It's crazy, man. Want to let you guys know, Taste of the Track is returned to Gulfstream Park on August 29th with the Taste of Havana. We got your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go. To enter, go to the contest page at WQAM.com. All right, coming up this weekend at UFC Sacramento, FIU alum Anthony Wint is going to be making his first walk to the octagon. He just had a viral knockout on UFC's Dana White Contender Series. The FIU Panthers were watching him, and he's going to join us next to talk about it. All right, welcome back, guys. Tobin and Leroy here on FM 104.3 WQAM, and very excited to talk to our next guest. Anthony Wint is joining us here. He is fresh off a win on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. He is now going to be going into the Octagon this weekend at UFC Sacramento. Anthony, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate you.
And Brendan, I'm happy to be here, man. It's been a great day so far. It's going to get even better after I talk to you.
It was so cool seeing your victory, not only to see your victory, but with your former football team, the FIU Panthers, and seeing the video of them all watching you get the victory. Were you aware they were doing that watch party? And is that a common thing, or was this a big deal because you were trying to punch your ticket to the UFC?
It was a big deal. One, because I worked there. One, because I was an alumni there. And I know at least 89% of the team. I reached out to their media guys and said, hey, UFC wants to do a watch party. Would you guys be willing? They're in the middle of camp, so it's a big deal. They just took that time to do that, and them boys went crazy, man. We're gonna get this one done, so the energy's gonna go up even more. But I know I'm gonna get a Warriors welcome when I get back home.
Where did that rank as far as just like cool reactions that you got to see? Because I imagine it had to be like crazy with the messages, everybody seeing you have this viral moment, but just seeing a school you had so many great memories at and them celebrating you.
It was amazing, not because I won, but because I get to show those players that when football is done for them, when their time is up, if they don't make it to the NFL, whatever you put your whole heart into, you get to see that. Yeah, fighting wasn't easy to me, and I got to spend the time to actually walk with these brothers and say, hey, if you put the work in, you'll get there. And now they kind of get to see the fruits of my labor, so I can be a living testimony to, all right, whatever I want to do, I can do. It may not be fighting, but I might want to be a firefighter. I might want to be a police officer. I might go want to work in the government, and you going through football gives you the mental fortitude to be able to do whatever you want. It's a superpower.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, Anthony? Like, were you always into fighting? Was fighting something that came after football? Like, how did your journey get here?
I was not into fighting at all, not on a professional level or even a recreational level to defend myself. I can count on two fingers the time I've been in a fight, and both of those times I didn't want to fight. I got into fighting because obviously football didn't work out. I was with a management company. And first-round management who manages some of the best football players and fighters in the world. John Jones, Ilya Topuria, Gable Stevenson, all those names. We can go on. And when I was done playing football, I was supposed to go CFL, and their CEO, Malcolm Caldwell, reached out and said, hey, you can be a world champion. I didn't believe him at the time. I eventually ended up leaving the company, but he planned to see through the grace of God to get me in a ring, and from there was history.
And can you tell us about your first time going and training? Like, when did you have the confidence that this is in your idea, and you start training and you're like, oh my God, I really do feel like this could be a future for me?
So I'm a very cerebral person. I count the cost of everything. I kind of already knew that I would be somewhat good. The X factor is, can you get hit in the face? So my first gym was MMA Masters. Kobe Covington trained there for a little bit. Miguel Baeza, who was at the gym. And I went there, if I'm being honest, dominating in the area of wrestling. I didn't know jiu-jitsu, so once I got on the ground, I got caught with an arm bar or a rear naked choke or something like that. But when it comes to putting another man on the ground, I don't think there's too many people in the world better than me. I'm just too strong, and I know what I'm doing. So I did well there, and then once I got hit in the face a couple of times, once I started to bleed, once I got into my first amateur fight, I was like, yo, we might have something here. And here we are now, 5 years later, 7-0, about to make my UFC debut on the main card. You can't write a better story.
Undefeated, but do you still reflect on the first nerves of the first pro fight? Like, do you remember those butterflies, or were you confident going into that first?
It wasn't even butterflies, man. It was like an out-of-body experience. I feel like I didn't have control of my limbs. I didn't have control of my eyes. I feel like it was a dream. But the more we fought, the more we went through the amateur leagues, the more I went through pros. I want to say up until the last 2 or 3 fights, which doesn't count for much because they all are 40 seconds or less, I didn't really feel like I was in the moment. Right now, going against Terrence Chapman, I feel the most in the moment I've ever felt. I feel the most like a warrior, like a soldier of God as I've ever felt. And I'm going to go in there and take Terrence Chapman out. I'm going to hunt him down, or he's going to have to kill me.
So take us to the night of the Contender Series. You have this incredible finish. Was that different? Did it feel like, hey, this is pressure I'm putting on the show in front of the big boss? This could really be my ticket. Did you feel as confident as ever? What was that night like?
No, I honestly felt that at home. If I'm being honest, they could have given me a lot better guys than Matthew Adams. No rack on him, but it says a lot about the promotion, the UFC, and how they like me. At the end of the day, it's the market as well. They gave me someone who they wanted me to starch as well. Even though Matthew Adams is a great heavyweight, don't get me wrong, but he's not on my level. The pressure I felt, which is a privilege, is to get him out there in the first round. The pressure I felt is within the first 2 or 3 exchanges for him to be unconscious. The pressure I felt and the frustration I felt is when he fell down, he tried to take me down, and I had to punch him while holding him. I wanted to put him flat on his face. And this is not out of me being any malice or me being angry at him, but if God's put me in a position to dominate another man and create a highlight, it's my job to do so. And more than likely, I'm going to go against a man who's going to want to do the same thing against me. So no pressure at all. I did exactly what I wanted to do. And now we're here now reaping the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you coming up fighting UFC Sacramento coming up on Saturday. Watch Anthony Wint, and he's going to put on another great show, we imagine. But that Tuesday Night Contender Series is always a great thing because part of it is you do have to put on a show. Now, you've finished a lot of guys early already in your career, but did that put any little extra, like, I know I got to put an exclamation point on it to impress?
If I'm being honest, not at all, man. I go in there with a clear head. I go in there knowing my capabilities. I go in there with true trust in God, and I know that God's giving me power in these hands. So Matthew Adams didn't have the skills to be able to run from me. And he said to himself, it was going to be over in the first round because I wasn't going to go backwards. He said that he wasn't going to go backwards, but I knew that for skill, he couldn't hang with me. I got a little nervous right now going against Terrence Chapman because he does have the power. But power is nothing if you can't hit me. And I don't think Terrence Chapman has the skill to be able to touch me, to be able to inflict pain on me. And once I touch him, we're going to see how he reacts.
So can you take us into how you wanted to have such a quick turnaround? Because it was said, Dana White said you were bothering him like right off the bat. So can you take us into that? Like, I want to get right back in there. I made an impression and I want to keep on putting myself on the stage. Why do that? Why not bask in it a little bit? Why did you want to make this happen so quickly right away?
Well, easy answer, Brendan, is that I'm broke. I left my job a month ago. Fighting doesn't pay that much. I got bills to pay, man. I'm single, unmarried. I know that if I want to get in position to be a husband, to be a father, to be able to take care of my community, buy my mom a house, we got to get this going. I'm 30 years old, about to be 31 next month. Not that we have to rush, but we got to be quick, but not in a hurry. If I would have took Matthew Adams to the second round, I would have never made that call out. But because we could get him out there in 30 rounds, 30 minutes, my hands are still good, my head is still good, we're still in a good space, I can make that call. And now it's on Dana White. Hey, you want to make some money or not? The people are eating this up. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. He put me on the main card, and I just got to show up again, man. So no pressure, but that's why I could make the call because it's like we did what we were supposed to do. You show, if I work at a dealership and my boss says, hey, you can't have Saturday off, but I sell 30 cars in a month or 50 cars in a month, I'm the head honcho and I can do what I want. It's the same way that works in MMA. You do what you're supposed to do, Dana White's going to bend over for you, for a lack of a better term. He's going to make sure that you are in the position where you can make some money and he can make some money, man. So even though it's a little animosity, it seems like between me and Dana White, I love Dana, man. He's my boss. But if I do what I'm supposed to do, man, especially on Saturday night, I'm trying to look at $100,000 come next week in my bank account.
Is it already like, do you, from your perspective, undefeated, and you obviously, have shown some great skills, but you're in such an interesting weight class in that, man, it feels like it needs new blood, and it feels like you can make a pretty big impact soon. What do you make about being a heavyweight and how far it could take to get to that rise to the top?
It can take as long as you want it to. If I'm being honest, I don't like the name drop, but he's a great fighter. People want me to rag him because we both play football. People want me to rag him because of his antics. I don't look at all that stuff. I cut on the tape and cut the sound off. Josh Hokett is an amazing fighter. And what he's amazing at is not just his hands, not just his knees, but his confidence. Mm-hmm. When he went against Curtis Blaze, I looked at it and said, yo, that might be too big of a jump. I don't think I would make that jump. But his confidence boosted him to what? The fourth ranked fighter in the world, possibly fighting Axborough, who's a legend, or fighting for the title. That's because he made the jump. I'm going to have to decide, do I want to make that type of jump? Do I want to skip the line, call my shot, call out somebody who more than likely I'm going to be an underdog against, and then prove people wrong? Or do I want to take the longer route, get some, guys who are not on my level, and then work my way up? Either route is good. I got to talk to my Father and God to figure out what he wants me to do. And at the end of the day, I got to defeat Terrence Chapman as badly and as quickly as I can so I can be in that position.
Explain the sword. What you see it on social media, you had it there, the sword dagger thing there in the sheath. What is the symbolism there?
I mean, if we're being honest, there's a lot. There's a lot of doors we can go in. First off, I went against Miles Banks for my fourth fight. He's 6'7". I would say he's about 6'8". I'm all of 5'10". And if you look at the Bible, you look at 1 Samuel, I think it's chapter 17, you look at a guy called David. He went against Goliath. He cut his head off. And Funny story, one of my brothers from church texted me right before the fight. He said, just remember, David cut off Goliath's head with his own sword. We do the face-off. I look back at the face-off with Miles Banks, and he has a sword tattoo on his side. You can't write this type of stuff. From that moment forth, I was like, I got to knock this dude out. And then after I knocked him out, I said, I got to cut his head off. And then we get to my next opponent. Knock him out. Gotta cut his head off. We get to Matthew Adams, and then his head has to come off as well. So what has me excited is not beating Terrence Chapman. It's not being in the UFC. It's continuing to honor God with the sword, the spirit, the ruach, this mighty blade he's given me that I continue to sharpen, because what giant can stand up against me that I cannot cut his head off? We're just going to keep putting heads on the wall. That's my goal.
Was faith something that was big when you were in football? Was it something that came into you when you got into fighting? Was it something you had your whole life?
No, I just got it. And literally, when I started fighting, I don't know if I think we're on the radio, but I have a brand, Warriors of the Way Wardrobe. My name is Wint. So for those of you who are listening, WIN on the top, the T completes the sword. I got this brand when I first started fighting. I think God gives us confirmations. That confirmed to me that not only am I going to make money when it comes to fighting, but this brand is going to make me a millionaire. But if I go out there and win, then the brand goes up. People don't like to follow a loser. No one wants to wear a brand if they're not winning. So if I just go out there and continue to do what I'm supposed to do, man, not only am I going to reap the benefits of it, man, but I get to tell this testimony, not just to you, but one day we'll be telling it in front of the whole world.
Your journey to FIU. You played at Homestead High School. Was Butch Davis your coach? What was the recruiting element to you to end up at FIU?
So I was, the best way to put it, because we can go all the way back, I was always above average in high school. From wrestling to football. I made first team with wrestling, but I took second in the state. No one likes that. And I made second team 2 years in a row when it comes to football. Obviously, we're in Dade County, so I can make all types of excuses about why that happened. But going into college, I was not highly recruited. We had Ron Turner, which I know his dad is a very predominant offensive coordinator in the NFL. And they recruited me. Last minute, I went on the last recruiting visit. Went out there, came into camp the fourth string. I was starting by my freshman year. I played and started in pretty much every game that I wasn't hurt in. I only got hurt in 2 games. And then I wasn't a highly recruited NFL recruit. So just to follow that story, man, I was never highly recruited. I went undrafted. I got cut. I got put on the practice squad. And I'm sitting here, and this chip is building on my shoulder, and then I can't play football anymore. So when it comes to fighting, man, I see how God orchestrated this story of me being this underdog, me being this short guy, me being this guy who could never be the head honcho, and that all being because of the decision-making of other people, but mostly because of the confidence I have. Terrence Chapman is in trouble because now I'm at the highest level of my confidence, and it doesn't come from myself. It comes from the journey that God's given me, and I do not want to lose. I don't want to be second anymore. I don't want any more victories, any more stories. Hey, you lost because you took the fight on 10 days notice. No, I want people to talk about like, dang, this guy took the fight on 10 days notice, and he still outperformed the guy who had time and was fully healed. So a little bit of an underdog story, but everybody has a story. And I'm just writing my own story right now.
But you found, like, you've obviously been through a lot of adversity and athleticism. Like, that drive helped you a lot in fighting, I imagine.
It has. I'm not an angry person, but I'm super competitive. I'm super competitive. I don't like to lose in Connect Four. I don't like to lose in hopscotch, rock, paper, scissors. I'm terrible at golf, but if you give me a month and a half, I guarantee you, Braden, I'll have you screaming. So, man, I'm super competitive, especially when there's something at risk. And there's nothing more at risk than in fighting, because I can go in there and lose my life and be embarrassed in front of the whole world. I don't plan on being embarrassed, Brendan.
Anthony, listen, man, we're looking forward to watching you coming up on Saturday on Paramount Plus. Go check him out. He's one of Miami's own, and excited to see his journey as he embarks on this UFC career. Congrats, man, on a hell of a statement, and we're looking forward to watching you.
Yes, sir. You guys stay sharp.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you. Thanks again to Anthony Wint for stopping by, who just put it clearly as to why he's turning around to fight in the UFC in 2 weeks, because he's broke. Fighting, man. What a lifestyle.
It is.
Hope he gets that 100K, though. Gonna be rooting for him.
It's crazy how, and it's hard to explain. I've known a bunch of guys who on the football field were deemed soft that ended up going into fighting and seemed like badasses. And we all sit back and look at this and go, how does this happen? Because I tell you the story of Bob Sapp.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. And this guy was on pay-per-view fighting 7 guys in one night. So, like, nobody can explain. We still, when we talk about Bob Sapp, we go, why couldn't he do that when he was playing football?
Not certain all those Japanese fights were on the up and up.
I know.
But he still looked cool.
He made a boatload of money.
Oh, he did. He's a legend. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami, at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Dolphins have joint practice going on right now. I saw 2 tweets that were fantastic. Made me feel awesome when all of this was happening. One of them was from Joe Shad. You want to do your impression of Joe Shad?
You know, some wide receivers don't like to block.
He said, this is total domination by the Giants defense. Dolphin center Aaron Brewer has words for his offensive line teammates on the sideline. More physicality and better technique is needed. All right.
Yeah, that's part of improving and getting better.
David Furones says that Giants rookie O-lineman, former Miami Hurricane Francis Mauigoa, seen leaving the joint practice and headed to the medical facility. So hope everything's cool for CC. Don't want anything bad happening there.
No.
He apparently got banged up. But, yeah, not a great start apparently for the Dolphins. But listen, the Giants have, I mean, you want to talk about a team that has pass rushing in waves.
Yeah.
It's the Giants. They have too many pass rushers, maybe, if that's such a thing.
Might have to kick the tires on one.
Might have to. Give him a little call. Give it a little looky-loo. Bloop, bloop. See what you got going on. That's something. That's something. Meanwhile, Jeff Hafley, he spoke to the media this morning and gave some thoughts about the preseason. Somebody asked him about getting rid of preseason just fully. Here's what he had to say.
Coach, if the NFL said that they were going to get rid of the preseason and all you could have would be joint practices, do you think that would be enough to get your team ready for a season?
That's a good question. We'd have to. So, I mean, whatever they say we need to do, we need to do. I still think there's something about getting off the bus, going into the stadium, being in the locker room for whether it's an hour or 2 hours, depending on when you get there, walking out, going through your pregame routine. I think especially for the young guys, like for example, we have a lot of young guys, and I think right now it's really important for them to go through their routine in these 3 preseason games. What is their routine? What bus do they want to get on? In college, you just all get on one bus, you go together, you kick off and you play. It's different, right? So they got to feel comfortable, and I think a lot of them get the anxiety out that way because no matter if you call it a preseason game or a real game, there's a certain level of anxiety, just like today, that will start to creep up, just like when we go in the stadium on Saturday, and I think they need to go through that. So I think they are important still. I think you get a lot out of the joint practices, but I think you still can get a lot out of the preseason games as well.
Fence sitting.
Yes, I'm like, what the hell? He said we'd have to, and then went on all the reasons why.
Pick a side, Hafley. You know you want just joint practices. I could smell it on you.
No. He explained every reason why the joint practices don't mean anything, right?
I felt like
that the preseason. He literally just sat there and explained why the preseason games mean more than joint practices.
I know, but then he doesn't believe it.
Here's the deal. So there's 2 buses. One bus leaves early. One bus leaves right when you have to be there. You technically have to be there an hour and a half before every game.
Yep.
Right? So the second bus will get you there, hour and a half, hour 45 before the game, depending on how far the trip is. Unless, of course, you're in Dallas and your front bus gets in an accident and then it backs everything up.
Jeez.
That happened to us. But here's the deal. You got to go through that process as a young player to understand how you need to get your body and your mind ready to play. If you don't go through that process, this isn't college. You can't play FAMU your first week. So you go out there without having going through that process, without having to play in a preseason game to get your mind right. And what ends up happening? You get dump trucked by a veteran team because you haven't done it yet. So he's kind of saying preseason is important for young team. He's a young team, but then on the other hand says, I don't want to work him too hard and make up your mind.
He's a fence sitter. I felt like, the most important thing is a bus. I don't like that. Jordan Brooks, he's not practicing today. He's dealing with a leg thing.
But that's Jordan Brooks.
Whatevs. It's Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks, Sealer. Like, they've been through that process on several occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And certain positions being missed isn't a bad thing when you have a lot of young guys trying to vie for positions and stuff like that. But you got to make sure while doing all that and sitting your veterans that you're still getting ready for the season. You can't assume that everybody's going to be ready, right? How you get ready for football, you play football. How you get ready for a game, you go through the steps to play a game. Getting your mind right, what time you need to get there. Do you go out on the field a little early and get a pre-warm up? All those things matter. But, here's one thing the young guys got to learn, and I don't know how this is going to work because you got a lot of young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Your ass got to be on the first bus. Because if you ain't taped and a veteran comes in, he going to kick your butt off the table.
Marcel Louis Jacques from ESPN says, Giant safety Javon Holland beat Will Kazmarek on a blitz, sacks Malik Willis during 11-on-11. Snowman's back. Forgot he was a Giant. Revenge practice sec. That's what we got going on.
No, yeah, like it ain't even like you think.
It's
not even in a preseason game, there's no revenge. You're just trying to get your work in and get ready for the season. You don't care.
Did you guys see yesterday? Apparently, hate to bask in it, but I don't. Apparently Tua had a terrible practice yesterday after his awful preseason game. Did you see this, Brittany?
Oh, I did. And it seems like a battle might be on the horizon, like I was saying yesterday.
People are saying that Michael Penix might be the first person to ever win a battle without having to take a snap. That's how bad Tua was yesterday.
Really?
Yep. He apparently stunk up the joint.
Question. The worse Tua does, the more praise has to be given to Mike McDaniel?
I don't know. Because I don't know if it's Mike McDaniel or if he's just physically shot. Like, I don't know. Because Mike McDaniel was never good with any quarterback besides Tua either. It's not like he was good with Skylar Thompson. Not like he was good with Quinn Ewers, and he made it seem like we were getting new Tom Brady.
Right.
So I don't know, but he seems like he may be cooked. He has the cooked. Somebody described his practice as, quote, horrific yesterday.
Tua, I and you've heard me say this before. I don't know if he's physically cooked, but he's got monkeys juggling knives in his head. Because very, very, he sometimes you have to be almost cocky and arrogant to a point when you play sports to have confidence in what you're doing, right? And not worry about trying to please somebody when you play. And you're not doing that out of arrogance or being cocky, but you're doing it to have the right mental mindset to go out there and perform at your highest level, right? Tua has to have confidence in what he's doing, how he's throwing the ball, the choices he's making, or whatever. It always seems like, for the last 2 years at least, he is always out there playing, trying to satisfy something he heard.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's a mental thing, which means that at that position, you can't be mental like that. You think of all the great quarterbacks. They had a kind of arrogance about themselves,
sure,
a kind of cockiness. Not necessarily they were cocky, but how they approached the game and the things that they did. And they didn't care what anybody else thought. He cares too much.
Carlos V says, I wonder if Atlanta Tobin starts off the 11 o'clock hour with "It's hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen."
No.
Different times, simpler times.
And you did that after success.
I did that no matter what. I did that start of the career all the way through until Jennifer made me ban him.
Yes.
You're welcome.
After the Colts game.
You're welcome.
I don't feel welcome.
But yeah, do you kind of get that feeling with Tua? Like it's always something that has nothing to do with what he can do on a football field that affects what he does on the football field. Like after a game, oh, well, I guess I slid this time. Or like nobody cares, dude. Play football. Right? We made a big deal about stuff with Tua that should have no bearing on how well he plays the position. And mentally it got to him.
Travis Wingfield says, offense still struggling to get it going. Oof.
You're going to have some of that. But keep in mind, that's a very, very good front seven.
Ooh, Will Manso. We have a punch thrown by Austin Jackson. Jeff Hafley said pre-practice that he has no tolerance for anything like that. You're done with practice. Now a big dust-up on the other side of the field with dozens of players pushing and shoving. We have fisticuffs on the practice field.
You know what it is? Camp with no penalties. Like you take a whole bunch of grown men, put them on the field, and have them go back and forth without having to worry about costing your team, and they're going to be fights. Now you take it and put them in the game with that same energy, and they ain't going to go that far.
Yanni Caracas from WPBF says, a bigger fracas is on the field between the Giants and Dolphins. We have a fracas. Is it fracas or fracas? Fracas?
Fracas.
Fracas.
Yeah,
like
excuse me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Barry Jackson said, I wouldn't call this mayhem at Dolphins practice, but multiple incidents in the past few minutes. Tempers flaring. What's the heat index right now?
97.
Oh, yeah.
They want them to call practice.
That's bad mood.
Yeah. Hey. I've seen brother-in-law, and I've also seen two guys get in a fight, get kicked out of practice, and then dap each other up on the way out. Right? Like, yeah, they know what they're doing. Ooh. It's hot.
Hey,
but
let's get kicked out. Let's get kicked out.
Yeah. Hey, and you say, you know what? Don't ball your fists up. No fist. We just gonna grab and shake and wrestle a little bit. You know, like that. No throwing punches. Because if somebody break a finger or a hand, now everybody gonna get in trouble. So, yeah, man.
Isaiah Smalls says that Austin Jackson threw a punch to an unknown Giants player. Kayvon Thibodeau pushed AJ. He tripped over another player to fall to the ground. Not surprising. He's been getting killed all day and definitely frustrated.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, And here's what happens.
Ooh,
you ready? You want me to tell you what starts fights?
And
the coaches don't want to take any responsibility for this? You're struggling against a guy across from you. You get back in the huddle, and your coach is in your ear yelling at you.
Right?
No,
Jeff Hafley's a big no-fight guy.
Yeah, but like, sometimes the coaches incite riots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they call it coaching them up, but you actually just pissing everybody off.
Dade South says that Messi slapped someone in the back of the head last night. That's great. What are you going to do to him? Nothing. That's what.
You see what they do to him, though? Like, their sole goal is to just knock him around. Messi, like, you watch him, every time they go by him, they just chicken wing him or something like that.
Messi does I'm watching it right now. Messi does the tap on the back of the head and then does the point because the guy is going to come to him and go, don't you do it. What do you do in that? You're like,
It's Messi.
It's Messi. It's got to be like, oh, man.
Right?
Pissed off a legend.
That's like not too many people would get in a fight with Tom Brady.
Crazy. Timbo slices. Tobin watches every sport except for the Pinks. You're right. I can't have time for everything, all right? The Marlins are in a wild card race right now. Timbo slice. Sorry.
Are you excited for today?
I know there has been zero mention of it.
Yeah.
Well, I got mocked and ridiculed.
Hour.
I got ridiculed for it yesterday, but am I excited for today?
Your fancy is tickled?
Are you kidding me?
I wonder what my sports would be to you if we tickled your fancy.
You
Golf.
could try that one day.
I saw that Rory's still being sassy about the live golfers. Did you hear him?
I would say Rory's problem with the live golfers have nothing to do with live golfers. It has to do with the people.
Well, this was him yesterday, asked about the live golfers trying to get back.
Rory, Scotty was asked about the possibility of live guys coming back and whether they bring value, in your opinion. Are there guys, if it goes away, that should be allowed back?
I mean, I'd argue, have they brought value to live? You know, I think PGA Tour is in a really good spot.
Damn, for sass.
So part of the reason why they didn't bring value to live is because live gave them so much money, it wasn't sustainable.
Fat cats.
Right? It wasn't. Well, it's not even that. They could be out there, playing good golf, but there's just not any money generated to absorb the large amounts of money they were given.
I thought live was like a cool concept. Obviously, we went out there a couple times. It was fun, but I just think that golf's so institutional in the casuals and the majors. It's just a tough thing to crack through,
It's not even that, though. Think about this. The PGA Tour, the way it's set up with, the lesser tours, they all feed into the PGA. You all qualify based on that. Now they have the something they do with college. So the top ranked college player automatically gets a card. So they have that. They call it PGAU. So there's so many like feeders into the PGA Tour. What Liv did was take the top players, offer them a ridiculous amount of money. In order for that to be sustainable with all the tournaments, and you see how big they did it.
Yeah,
it was crazy. They couldn't generate enough money to pay the players.
I still don't even know what the championship was, though, of live. Like, I didn't know what the big tournaments were. I didn't know that if the one we went to in Miami was big or if there was the live championship of the world. You know what I mean?
They had a championship at the end, where they did one tournament. But there's points during it. Put it this way. It's almost like Formula One, where you have a driver.
Right. So same
and
as
then you have the what do they call it? The championship. The
constructor championship.
Right. Then they have that. Right. And so there's a lot of different ways you can make money.
Right.
But just say if a new company came on and they offered Lewis Hamilton so much money he couldn't say no because they really wanted him. And then they never did the things. They never did the things to kind of make that money back. The team would fold.
Yeah, but they found their thing. It's fancy NASCAR for the non-rednecks. We get it.
So, but the whole problem with Liv is they just didn't generate enough money to pay. They were giving people 200, 300 million just to leave the tour to come over there. Now, if I'm a golfer, I'm like, I'll take the 300 million and just deal with it however I can if I have to go back.
Yeah, I get it, but the whole point of Rory's saying is like what value is like nobody's still separate. Like you didn't. The only thing that we know about Liv, I'm saying from a casual standpoint, is you knew those guys got a lot of money to jump ship, but they really couldn't make a foothold in what was important to tune into.
Right, but that's first of all, you couldn't find it. When I did watch Live Golf, there was so much stuff on the screen I couldn't keep track of what was going on. Right, you know, because take Formula One. They'll show the owners' points like at some point, right? Just imagine if they had team, owners' points, and individual on the board at the same time during the race. That's what Liv did. So that like even the process in which they did stuff was like it was too much.
I got a tweet here from Omar Kelly. So during today's Dolphins-Giants practice, the Dolphins O-line got eaten up by the Giants D-line. Miami couldn't cover Isaiah Likely, and the Dolphins secondary was booty cheeks.
Yeah. But that's like,
well,
I mean, when you say that, right, and you talk about what unit on the team was going to struggle, why are you shocked?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and especially, and this is why these practices aren't as important as a game. So when you do these practices and you can't hit the quarterback, the pass rush goes and whatever, and you just run by, and then the quarterback steps up and throws the ball anyway. So in a practice like this, your secondary is going to get exposed because you're not putting no pressure on the quarterback. And the quarterback knows he's not going to get hit. When you pressure a quarterback enough, he starts looking at you instead of down the field. That's a part of the game. And that's all gone because he knows he ain't going to be hit. So he just casually steps up, Chop runs by, does his little wave the arm. They don't stop the play. They keep the play going. And, Isaiah Lively is killing them. Right, because there's no threat on the quarterback.
Sneaky good tight end.
No, he is.
Sneaky good tight end. Doesn't get enough love.
So when there's no pressure on the quarterback, you know, some quarterbacks, soon as they start getting pressured, what do they start doing? Running. They start scrambling instead of stepping up. There's things mentally that you can affect the quarterback just by putting people in his face. All that's lost because you have a controlled practice.
Give you a weather update brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Hurricane season is here. Make sure your roof and windows are ready. Call 954-968-8155. Cloudy with a chance of feelings in Miami Gardens. No, I'm just kidding. Right now it is 89 degrees, partly sunny. Feels like 94. Humidity 70%. Got a chance of some rain later on. And then there's an air quality alert as well. Speaking of quality, I'm going to tell you guys about Kalshi, huh? Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who's going to win the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Now, today's practice notwithstanding, everyone thinks Miami is going to stink. All right, rebuild season. But maybe you don't. Maybe you got faith in the Aqua and Orange to make the playoffs. That's currently trading right now at 9%. So a $100 trade pays out at over $1,000. But maybe you think that's a little too ambitious, all right? Maybe I think they can win more. People are talking 3 wins, 4 wins. Maybe you think they can get 6 or more wins. That's currently trading at 29%. So a $100 trade gets you a $350 payout. On Kalshi, you're trading against your peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probabilities change, you can buy in and out of your position. You download the Kalshi app, use my code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Taste of the Track is returning to Gulfstream Park, and on August 29th, they got the Taste of Havana. We got your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go. To enter, go to the contest page at WQAM.com. Dolphins joint practices going on right now with the Giants. Here's the cliff notes. All right. Dolphins offensive line having some struggles against the Giants' fantastic pass rush. Malik Willis has thrown some picks today. Devon Achan's doing Devon Achan stuff. He's fast. There's been a bunch of skirmishes. We've had punches thrown. One by Abdul Carter at Patrick Paul. Austin Jackson at an unrecognized Giant. And Jacob Rodriguez and his mustache just had an interception. So that's kind of the big highlights that we have from today in joint practice land for the Miami Dolphins. Pretty much the long and short of it when it comes to that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, but this is why these practices don't, because let's think of it this way. How do you feel going into, say, if we go watch a fight or a card and we watch it at the UFC Center versus watching it in the Kaseya Center, right? Even your mind is just different, right? It's something about being in an arena that you competed for, that you've been wanting to get to your whole life, that you're mentally, and some guys can get through it, right? But it's different.
You didn't feel like it was the same watching it at a roller skate rink?
Right. And maybe the fighters did, but when you after the fight, I saw guys ordering empanadas next to me.
That was crazy.
Right. So how, and so I say this for the same reason of practice. When you have 2,000 people watching you versus 40 or 50 is preseason, so I'm going to say 35, 40, your mindset is different. Like when you go on a bus to a game or you drive to a game and then you have to do your whole preseason thing, your mentality of how you go about that game is always different than practice. Coaches say, yeah, I want you to practice hard so you play hard, but it's still different. Mentally, it's different. Mentally, a quarterback that's not getting hit is going to play quarterback a lot different than when he got people at his feet all game.
I wonder what the Giants are kind of expecting to be this year, because you bring in Harbaugh is obviously distinguished. Everybody kind of liked their young crew, their little CTE twins.
Right.
They got a lot of talent, but I mean, I wouldn't say that the favorites in that division by any means, right?
No, because they have a lot, and it's one of those things where, regardless of what you think. So, for example, if you look at a team like Cincinnati, who has Joe Burrow and is has gone to a Super Bowl and gone to a championship game,
Trust me, we hear about it.
Are people even still thinking they're anything less than second or third in that division?
I don't think anybody. I think you go into every year probably expecting the Ravens to win it always.
The Ravens, some kind of way, the Steelers to be involved. I don't know about this year.
I can't pick them.
Right now, I know you can't pick them, but over the years they've always been there.
Yeah, they're always. I mean, they're always there because of Tom.
I would say no matter how much talent and how much better Cincinnati looks, they're always going to be considered, not as good as the Cowboys or the Eagles.
Well, I guess it depends if the Cowboys actually have a playable defense this year, right? Their defense was awful last year.
Well, they just paid a guy like they do.
Yeah, I mean, they paid Quinnen Williams. They brought in Von Miller. I mean, they expect it to be better, hard to be worse. And you probably should have. I mean, they traded one of the best defenders in the league
for one of the best defenders in the league inside.
Well, they ended up using that stuff to go get him. Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious with the, because a lot of people looked at that Packers defense really fell off when he got hurt last year, Micah Parsons.
Right.
Obviously, I mean, he's really great, but
so how are they going to look if he doesn't return right away?
Well, and how are they going to look with Hafley? Like if Hafley's not there anymore calling the defense. So that's going to be interesting.
There's a lot of that in the league that we've just taken for granted, right? And I kind of mentioned it earlier that you have a lot of teams with new coaches. You look at Buffalo, you look at Pittsburgh, you look at the Giants. The Giants haven't been good, so you can definitely say that coach is going to make them better. Harbaugh is going to make them better. But how much better can Joe Brady make Buffalo? How much better can Mike McCarthy make Pittsburgh, right? Like, because the coaches they had success, but we tend to say all the time that when you plateau, that if we had another coach, we'd take that next jump.
I wonder what's more excited. Like, do you think the coach, like the fan base, are more excited to get an established guy like a McCarthy or a Harbaugh, or is it sexier now to get the new guy? Because I feel like the new guys have been kind of I mean, Vrabel obviously was great last year with the Patriots, you know, before he got all horny. But I think that first time head coach, you always kind of, I don't know what it's like going to be with him holding the ride of a season yet.
Right.
I think that always...
there's so much unknown in the NFL that we just ignore, right? We ignore it. Like, and we're not even talking about, think about it, we're not even talking about the players. We're not even talking about the added or lost players, the injured players, or the players that are going to take that next step. Right now, we're just talking about coaches and what those coaches can get out of these players. So, like, I don't know. Like, I think if you go to, and a lot of times when teams switch coaches, they go to a different style of coach, right? McCarthy is not going to have press conferences like Mike Tomlin. He's just not, right? No. And how he went about doing things and how he went about, getting his team prepared to play, it's going to be a little different. What if the Steelers don't respond to that? Because think about this. For the last 50 years, they've had a certain type of coach. When you think of who's the original coach?
Cowher?
No, before Cowher. Slipped my mind. But you go Cowher, he was, he was a very hard-nosed coach. Then you go Chuck Noll. There it is. So you go Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll's a great coach name.
Right. Then you go go to the next coach. Then you go to the next coach. For the last 50 years, they've had a certain type of coach. Mike McCarthy is not considered to be, the square jaw, mean mugging style coach. How's that going to affect, that team?
Don't know. But we'll get you some more updates from Finn's practice as it looks like the joint practice is starting to wind down. Looks like
some would say that thing was winded down a long time ago.
Tap machine. Dolphins got a lot of things to clean up, and you guys might need a lot of things to clean up when it comes to your dry cleaning, okay? Nobody wants dirty laundry. Nobody wants things that are not fit right, especially when it comes to your formal wear, your office wear, school uniforms. That's why you want to use the best dry cleaning in all of South Florida, and that's our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. The owners that's our guy. You call or text him anytime at 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383.
They've been around for 40 years. They're family owned. It's back to school. Everybody's back in school. You might need something trimmed up, taken care of. Ours mother's the seamstress, so you're going to get that good family care. They service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, Southern Palm Beach County, and they can pick up and drop off your orders. I know you're busy with school right now. Traffic is a beast.
Oh.
So maybe I could come pick it up.
They got that
drop
fleet,
it off
dude.
for you. And guess what? Not only that, come pick it up, drop it off, same day stuff, give them a call and mention Tobin and Leroy, and you get 25% off your order.
How about that, dude?
Yeah.
We don't get anybody anything that good.
Nope.
Mostly they're like, oh, those two rascals? No. You go to A&T Dry Cleaners, you mentioned Tobin and Leroy, 25% off your order. By the way, I saw a great commercial put out on social media by Ara and Mama. I thought it was fantastic. Great acting chops by them. Mwah. Fantastic. Loved it, dude. Loved it. You guys can call or text them anytime. 954-610-9383. And once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you never want to launder your own clothes again. Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with ya. I don't know why it sounded like 40s man there. Here with ya. Hey, see? Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. It is that time when we like to mix things up here. We like to refer to this segment as the mixed bag, you rascals. Leroy, I'm familiar with Oklahoma State. No?
I'm familiar with Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is where Marcus Smart went, right?
It is where Marcus Smart went.
You know why I know that? Because I still talk about the story of him getting in a fight with a booster and him getting in trouble.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't they allow the big booster there to call plays when he was still alive? Is he still alive?
I don't know, but it just seems like who should be more responsible? The older guy, not the 19-year-old.
Well, they don't have I'm a man, I'm 40 anymore. Remember Mike Gundy was there for the longest. They have a new coach, Eric Morris, and he's getting used to life in Oklahoma, I guess, because he can't sleep because these damn armadillos are keeping him awake. And so he had to get up and he had to take action on his own front lawn.
Brain's going constantly, and so it's something I don't sleep very well. I've had a couple armadillo problems tearing up my lawn, and so finally a couple days ago I just popped up at 2:30 because I couldn't sleep and thinking about something. I thought it was a great opportunity to go outside, and luckily I found him. This is my first experience with an armadillo, and he was crushing my yard, my flower beds, digging everything up, and but I got him about 2:30. Had to send a text message to my neighbors. I apologize for the gunshot. I am in the country, so it wasn't legal. But I did get rid of him just because I don't sleep right now. You know, I think just naturally that clock's going off in your mind. Continue to race on the things we're doing good right now and what we need to continue to build on.
Incredible.
All because he was ruining his flower beds?
Yeah. That's vermin.
That sounds like you with your possum. Yeah.
Why didn't he just turtle up?
The armadillo?
Yeah.
I think he probably sneak attacked him. He probably got him when I don't think they're not the Matrix like Keanu Reeves. Like he can't see the bullet coming.
I also don't think a bullet's gonna really do it. Like it's still gonna get to him whether he's balled up or not.
No, I mean there have been stories of bullets bouncing off armadillos.
Like
so I think you do have to get an armadillo vulnerable. I think you have to get him with his stupid little nose out there, access to him. Because I think if he's balled up, I think he's cool.
Hey, well, I will say this. He definitely wouldn't sleep in Florida.
No way.
I mean, you got the frogs. You got the
frogs are intense. That's all I hear at night.
Not forget the stuff in the trees. Then let's not forget if one of the alligators are mating, they calling each other.
Oh man, they are. Hey Clive, I'm sorry about that gunshot. I had a dillo taking up my roses.
They're also not considered vermin, by the way.
What do you mean they're not considered vermin?
They're not vermin. They're just a nuisance.
That is vermin. That's literally by definition vermin.
I'm literally telling you what Google says.
Google is saying that it's not vermin, but you're telling me they're a nuisance. That's what vermin is. Like, we don't think of it. I think if I saw an armadillo, I'd be like, that's super cool. It's very unfortunate. I've only seen an alive armadillo down here, and I know they live down here, but I only see it like once. I was taking my daughter to school, and it was still like kind of dusky in the morning, so I saw one because they're super cool animals, right? But I think they do tear up gardens, So, it's the country. I don't know what to tell you, Jennifer. They're going to take out an armadillo.
No.
Well, you can't just say no.
No. They're not endangered. They're not like iguanas that you can kill them. I don't think that you should be able to kill them.
Okay, so if you guys were gardeners, are you either one of you gardeners?
No.
Okay, so if you have rabbits.
And I wouldn't kill an animal for that either.
Okay, but if a rabbit was like chewing up a garden,
That's adorable.
Gotta take. No, they're not adorable.
Not if you put that. Not if you put that work in for that garden.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never. I would make a home for the rabbit. A bunny rabbit. Are you crazy?
Wait,
I've never.
Look, she's fluffing the bill. She call them bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
like
because that's what they are. They're little bunnies. Same thing. Same thing. Okay, that's awful.
I would make sure that they had a little home in my garden so they can stop messing it up. And if they mess it up, then you know what? I don't need to have a garden.
This is not Winnie the Pooh.
What?
No, it's not. It's Jennifer talking to you.
Yeah, but Jennifer, you think that it's going to talk about you like, oh, dear. No, it's not how it's going to go.
I never said that.
I think that's how you feel.
No, I don't. Stop killing animals for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. This is their home too, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not their home.
We're not their home.
Their home.
It's not their home.
This is Earth, Tobin. This is Earth. We live on Earth.
They don't pay a mortgage.
Animals.
They don't pay a mortgage. They don't pay rent. That's
don't
my
be mad
home.
because you built a home over their home.
Nope. Because I know what their life expectancy is. All right, that's a 3-year-old rabbit. I've been here for 15 years.
Now you want to go ahead and turn this on rabbits. Like, what did they do to you?
What did they do? You've killed a rabbit before?
I would never do that.
No, it's only possum.
And iguanas.
I've never killed an iguana. Sunny Bunny has put some holes in it, but I've
you let him.
Just because you didn't see it die doesn't mean that
I mean, I don't know, he may have labored after that.
All right.
Poor guy.
I've killed a snake too. I've beheaded a snake.
Oh, those you can kill those. I don't care about those.
Oh, different rules for the two vegans over
that
here.
one can actually hurt you.
Yeah, it causes harm.
Interesting. Isn't it funny, Leroy, when they're not so fuzzy?
Do you really think that a bunny's gonna hurt me? A rabbit's gonna hurt me? An armadillo is gonna keep its distance. It's not gonna do anything to me. A snake.
You know what? There's a lot of animals that you say aren't gonna
like 2 animals, really. And we're not even going to bring it up because I don't like talking about them.
All right.
I'm already itchy.
I mean, so let me tell you what intangibles do. Leroy sees a snake, he's out of there. Intangibles investigate to see if it's poisonous.
Do you guys think that Mario Cristobal has ever been not able to sleep because an iguana's been on his roof and he's had to take it out?
No.
He doesn't sleep.
He was born and raised here. He knows about the iguanas.
No, I know he knows about them.
Iguanas don't even make noise, though.
Leroy, I have some in my roof, and yeah, they do.
Yeah, they can.
I mean, I'm talking about vocal noises. They make noise walking around.
Yeah, that's noise.
Really?
That's very annoying.
I ran over one the other day.
Did you stop and give it a proper burial? Then why, again?
Jennifer was with me. I screamed.
I didn't even see it. She started screaming.
Basically, what you're telling me is your guys' rules only apply to the non-scaled.
It's a cartoon.
animals.
To the cartoon varmint.
Like I said, there's 2 of them. There's 2. One is, and they both start with an S. There's snakes, and there's
bird doesn't start with an S.
I'm not gonna say. Oh no,
the spiders.
Yeah, I don't like saying that word. I'm sorry. Nor do I like saying it.
Speaking of vermin. At Citi Field, Leroy, take a little looky-loo at what was going on in the crowd here and check out what was happening with the peanuts.
Oh, my goodness. I would be out. What?
What is that?
For our radio audience.
If you were sitting watching the game and then a hand just came up out the hole, out of that hole right there.
For our radio audience, as the person is at the Mets game, I mean, they're housing some peanuts, and there's peanuts right at their feet. A little paw just comes up right through the ground and starts trying to fish some peanut shells to go eat.
I'll go get a refund. I'm getting a refund.
You guys, I would.
That's not a big paw either. That's a pretty big paw.
That's a raccoon. It's a raccoon, you guys.
That's got to be a raccoon.
It's 1000% a raccoon.
Look.
They have like weird
Look, intangibles, investigate.
No, the intangibles were helping him.
Look, Bubba.
Well, it's not Bubba. These people are in Queens.
Yeah, those are city people.
What's this raccoon doing here?
That part is actually insane.
No,
I want solo, you bum. I bet this raccoon can hit better than you.
Hey, if they were tangibles, they'd be up on the back of their seat.
I would have left. Absolutely.
To be
not.
honest, I would have just been laughing, like I help him get the little nuts.
Really, you would give him extra. You would throw him
I
extra.
would. I mean, like whatever. He's just
hungry.
he's just trying to eat.
Poor guy.
Francisco Lindor, go get this raccoon because you can't hit. Last place bums.
That's crazy, right? Tangibles bought him a beer. Yep. Tangibles bought him a beer.
Unbelievable.
Hey, little buddy, you want to come up and watch the game with us?
Raccoons can be cute as long as they're not like, have rabies or anything.
Yeah.
I love raccoons. They are super cute.
I had a friend that had one as a pet.
Really?
You know what's not cute?
Yep.
Possums. Not cute at all.
Oh,
they're less harmless than a raccoon.
They're so harmless, Tobin.
What? Possums?
They're less harmless than a raccoon.
They are 1,000%.
No, I don't agree.
Yes, they can't even. They barely get rabies. It's like very rare that they got rabies.
This already.
We've gone through this.
You were fine.
Just because
you were
a
not going
raccoon
to be in harm.
A raccoon is only susceptible to disease. Doesn't mean it's less harmless. Possums are gross. They look like giant rats.
I don't think that they're like.
No, where I'm from,
cute.
we have giant rats.
Muskrats?
No, Nutri-Rats.
What is that?
Whatever, dude.
It looks like pull it up. Nutri-Rats.
You can pull it up. We got to take a break. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Leroy, can we get a weather update, please? Brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? Take action now. Get your free estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
Looking outside, it's mostly sunny by me. Clouds are moving still out of the west at about 5 miles an hour tops, and it's about 87 degrees.
Soupy.
Soupy.
According to reporters there, Francis Maui-Noa had to leave practice because of a heat issue, which I found surprising because I would have figured you would have been used to it playing down here, but I guess it's that kind of hot.
Yeah.
Oof. Man.
This is a different kind of hot. And they also remember they put the indoor facility in at UM, so they started practicing a lot in there.
Well, practice has wrapped up. Brian Burns, according to reporters, Yanni Caracas from WPBF, he called the Giants' performance against the Dolphins today dominant. Very froggy.
I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't, like, I'm not saying that I'm not reading into it, but what did you expect? Right? A very young team against,
the Giants are a young team too.
Yeah, but all their strength is up front.
A lot of pass rushes.
Listen, so one of the things I like is you practice against tougher competition, right? So having a practice like this is great, having it 3 weeks before the regular season, simply because, you had some confidence in the last preseason game. And now you see that, okay, that was third string or second string, whatever.
Yeah.
These are what starters look like. Yeah. So you need to pick it up.
Well, maybe play a preseason game. How many reps did you get boots on the ground? Did you count? Did OJ count the reps?
So he did.
Okay.
And here's the problem. And I made this argument beforehand, so I'm gonna make it now. He said, and he only sent me this guy. He said, Malik Willis had 33 snaps. But if you're in 9-on-7, you're handing it off every time. In 11-on-11, you're handing it off half the time. So are we counting that as is that equivalent to a game? You see what I'm saying?
I think Jeff Hafley is counting that as a game rep.
Yeah, but it's still not 40. He's never played the position for a season.
Did he count one-on-ones or it was just team?
Just team. I told him we're only counting team.
All right.
And he didn't do, I was saying like offensive linemen, running backs, D linemen, like those are the guys that it matters because
I get you.
You're still getting that pressure on you. But to count a quarterback's reps, are we being serious with this?
He is being serious.
If the argument you're making is the starting quarterback got 33 reps when half of those is handoffs, okay, no, I ain't buying it.
The headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami, the Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Marlins got swept. Boo. Phillies gave it to them yesterday. But an announcement, Leroy. I saw this pop across social media. Somebody has called it a career, beloved to our show.
Who?
And that is Jon Berti.
Berti!
Hey, Berti! Jon Berti has officially retired from baseball. He has posted on social media. I've been on a social media hiatus the last year, so I'll probably dip out again, but I just want to give an update. After thought and consideration, I decided to retire from professional baseball. Been a hell of a journey, full of ups and downs. I'm grateful for all the opportunities, the lessons that baseball has given me over the last 15 plus years. I want to thank the Toronto Blue Jays, Cleveland Guardians, Miami Marlins, New York Yankees, and Chicago Cubs for giving me a chance to play the game I professionally love. It is an honor to represent all these MLB organizations. Thank you to the Canberra Cavalry for the amazing time playing in Australia. Thank you for Team Italy for allowing me to play and represent you in the World Baseball Classic. To my coaches, teammates, and staff, I was very blessed. To all those who helped me in my career. Thank you to all those fans who supported me throughout my journey. Hey, well, he's thanking us. And last but not least, thank you to my family, friends who all joined me for the ride, for the love and support. Amazing wife, parents, brothers. I couldn't have had all the success without you in my corner. Not bad for an undersized kid from Michigan. I'm excited for what's to come. Until next time, John.
Berti out.
Berti's out, dude.
Oh, put on your vest. Jennifer heard that. Berti, not Birdie.
Yeah, Berti.
I know who it is.
Hey, Berti!
Hey, you ready for the update?
Yep.
So he said Malik got 33 snaps. And I said, how about the starting 5?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yes, they all did. Which means that I got to backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
Because if you getting 33 reps in practice, right, which is not like that's kind of unheard of. I'm trying to figure out the format. 33 reps. That is a lot of reps. 2 days.
You like to
before
recant calling Jeff Hafley a liar.
Say it again.
You like to recant on calling Jeff Hafley a liar.
Yeah, because if what OJ's telling me is true, that is a lot of reps for 2 days before a game.
Dade South says, maybe practices have changed since you've played.
To some extent, but they're still only the same amount of time. But here's what he said. They didn't do 907. Now you 907 is basically only inside drill where you have your offense, defensive linemen, linebackers, and you have running backs, offensive line, tight end. And they just do like 10, 15 running plays.
I'm a football head, dude. You don't have to tell me what 9 and 7 is.
Yeah. So from that standpoint, no, it's not that practices have changed. Like Hafley said he doesn't like 907. He likes 11 on 11.
He said he doesn't like 7 on 7.
7 on 7. So no, he says he likes 11 on 11. So 9 on 7 is just the inside version of 7 on 7. So, all right, if they got 33 reps, then I take it back.
Man.
You know what I mean? That is a lot of reps for a practice.
Boxed in.
Yeah. I'm not boxed in. I would just like my argument was based on I didn't think they would get that many reps.
I still think that's boxed in, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like, just because your argument was based on something that's boxed in is boxed in.
You've been boxed
You couldn't wait. Humbert.
What?
Couldn't
just doing my job. But yeah,
She's just doing her job. Don't yell at
I'm
her.
just doing my job.
She's pressing the button after he said boxed in. I mean,
just doing my job.
Oh, do you always press the button when somebody says boxed in?
Yes, I do.
Kind of.
Actually, he does it to all of us all the time.
Yeah, he don't even
but he's not there, so she has to.
Right.
I have to do my job.
Crazy, man. Nothing of the
How
sort.
things change.
I only box in when it is earned and deserved.
Really?
You know
you use boxed in. You use boxed in as your get out of jail free card.
Oh, that's ridiculous, dude.
Yes, you do. You put boxed in on somebody else so you don't have to deal with what you did.
Classic. All right. Okay. So you're
also,
telling me
what about this one? So you agree with me? Just out of the blue.
Okay. So you're telling me that I just use the boxed in willy-nilly. I don't respect the boxed in.
You don't respect it.
Okay. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm upset. Take a break.
I'll leave.
More to come here on the show. Speaking of boxed in, are the Heat boxed in on options? We'll tell you about that next.
WQAM.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, 104.3 WQAM on YouTube. Miami, 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. Zachary, he asks, how did Malik Willis do in practice? I don't think the Dolphins offense did that great today, dude. According to
somebody said that Dart didn't have a good day either.
Did he not?
That's what I just saw.
Well, that's great news.
Right.
That's great news. Yeah, most of the stuff I've been seeing is on the Dolphins offense. I haven't seen, mind you, they're practicing at the same time. So I don't know. And I don't know which one was on the close field. It looks like the offense was. So probably not as much stuff happening on the Dolphins defense to those who were there watching boots on the ground. But did Jackson Dart, did he get through it clean or did he have to go to the tent at all?
Well, he can't get hit.
Good point. He must love those protocols then. He must be happy about that. He must be thrilled about that. By the way, yesterday there was a trade in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers did a sign-in trade with the Denver Nuggets, and so they signed Peyton Watson to a 4-year, $88 million deal, their young wing, who was at a bit of a standstill with the Denver Nuggets, who really are kind of stuck on their roster. And Max Strus, our old friend, he ended up going to the L.A. Clippers.
Oh,
now, why? What's wrong? I feel
like
like he's got the LA hair. I feel like he's built for the Clippers.
I mean,
You
he's
continue
built.
with the hair.
The thing is, though, like, I was fortunate. I went to a team who wasn't good and followed up with playoff teams. Can you imagine going from a team who's had some success to then going to a dumpster fire?
Yeah, I mean, they're losing Kawhi. So it's going to be, what's that team now? That team is Darius Garland. It's Strus. It's they got Ingram supposedly when this trade goes down. Who else is on that team? I don't even know.
No,
they just had a top pick. Yeah, I think
still the Clippers.
Still the Clippers.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, you can say what you want about Cleveland. They're always in the hunt some kind of way. When he was with the Heat, usually in the hunt.
I would say this move probably makes them a little bit better. Oh, yeah, they're Bradley Beal back. I forgot about that. Who could forget? Brooke Lopez is a Clipper. Oof. Chris Dunn. Rui Hachimura.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Derek Jones Jr.?
Derek Jones Jr. is on the Clippers. Yeah, they're pretty bland. Not a great team. But now they have Max Strus's hair. The reason I bring this up, though, is after this happened, the reports were that Denver is now, this is from Chris Haynes, turning their focus on getting DeMar DeRozan. Now, I don't know how much money they have to offer DeMar DeRozan. Barry Jackson had reported yesterday that DeRozan is looking for more than the minimum. They're a second apron team. I don't know if they have an exception to give DeMar DeRozan. I don't believe that they do.
Right.
So this may just come down to DeMar DeRozan gets to start there or come off the bench in Miami, because I think ideally the Heat I think they want DeMar DeRozan to kind of just be like, come here on the minimum, and we kind of just want you to be a closer. Like, I think that's what the Heat are wanting for DeMar DeRozan, but
really?
I don't think DeMar DeRozan wants that role.
He's way past that.
What do you mean he's past that?
You think he's going to a team where he thinks he could just like be a closer? He wants to play. He still thinks he can play.
Yeah, I get that he thinks he can play, but, guess what, dude? You're kind of in minimumville. Like, I don't think there's a ton of teams that are offering him a ton. Maybe the Wizards,
Right.
They're the Wizards. When look, I was surprised that Bradley Beal got exception money. So I'm not saying it's out of the realm that he gets somebody to give him an exception, but yeah, he's not at the point where, dude, Leroy, when you get sent to the Kings, that's kind of the point where it's like, hey, you got to start evaluating what role you want anymore. You're on the Kings.
Like, here's the deal. You're looking at it through your perspective, Look at it through the perspective of a guy who's always been a number one.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
And he hasn't come off the bench since his rookie year, which I think is probably part of the reason why there's been not a lot of movement on the Heat's part, because I think the Heat are kind of treating DeMar DeRozan like option D, and DeMar DeRozan wants to be treated like at least option B after LeBron.
Correct.
Once that all went down.
Correct. So that's the part that you're missing. You want him to fill a role you have for him.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think he thinks his role should be?
I don't know.
That's where the disconnect is.
I know there's a disconnect there, but again, I don't know if you move. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if you're the Heat, you could just be like, oh yeah, man, come here, start. It's gonna be all good. Because what if it doesn't work? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I think there's been such a slow roll on it.
Ooh, JT3 says DeMar is better than Tim Hardaway.
I would agree, but it's a difference. He's a role player. Like, one guy's coming here to shoot the lights out. I mean, that's what Tim Hardaway.
How's DeMar shooting the three though?
It's terrible. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
How has he shot the three?
What do the Heat need?
He shot the three terribly his entire life.
What do the Heat need?
Shooting.
Right. So
that's why it's
kind of one of those things. To be honest with you, it's kind of a very similar situation by choosing Proctor over Bain. Like, yeah, nobody's taking away from their abilities, but what did they deem that this team needed more? Right?
He better be good.
I mean, I'm just saying, that's how you have to go about it.
D-Rub says, never wanted him. I'm not saying I never wanted him. I'm just saying, like, if I'm DeMar DeRozan and I'm getting pursued by a team that's like, hey, man, we want you to start next to Joker and we want you to start next to Jamal Murray, or you're the Heat who's like, yeah, we kind of want you. Now, Bam was out here flirting yesterday. I mean, he, I don't know if that makes any difference, but he was on Instagram doing some crutin'.
Right.
Now, I don't know if Pat Riley is like, hey, man, what are you doing? Or maybe he sets back to Bam. He goes, because I think Bam put like, hey, are those Heat shorts while he's working out? And DeMar DeRozan says, no, Heat are only offering me minimum shorts.
That's really funny.
That's wild.
So
it's pretty on brand.
They offer the booty shorts. You gotta wear like the shorts they wear in the WNBA, the little tights like back with Magic.
He's like, I want those exception shorts. Pat Riley's like, I don't have that, dude. Sorry.
All I got here is a pair of booty shorts.
He says exception shorts for Klay Thompson. That's what those are for. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
Jay says, we don't need 3-point shooting. We have no one who can do what DeMar does. I don't disagree with you. I think the thing is, it's
you have a couple of guys who are going to fill that role. And again, it has more to do with you're trying to fill out a team around Bam and Giannis. Okay. So they're going to be the two guys shooting the same shots as DeMar. You need somebody who's going to be a defender and somebody who can shoot the three. That's why they added the other guys. So
that's why I'm saying, like, the ideal thing for DeMar to be here is, like, what's the thing they want him for? And it's crunch time. Like, that's what you want. Like, crunch time minutes where Giannis can't be petrified to get fouled to go to the free throw line.
Right.
That's the thing that the Heat, you genuinely can look at them and be like, all right, do they have that guy who can break people down at the end? I mean, right now it's Pella Larson, Davion Mitchell, like those are the guys you got right now. I mean, on with Giannis and then Wiggins, but that's why I'm saying, like, you had this very niche. It's not that DeMar DeRozan's not good. I don't want to disrespect the guy's resume. He's going to the Hall of Fame, but it's this very specific thing they would want him for. But outside of like a flow of a game, flow of the team, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that will work the entire way, but I could see the specific thing what Jay is talking about of what you would want him for.
Right.
I just don't know if that's a happy basketball situation, because we saw like last year with Norman Powell, like, that role changes all of a sudden and then people get surly. You know what I mean?
Well, I think his role was expanded by Tyler being out.
Oh.
And then it became a problem when Tyler came back.
No, that hasn't
because
been a theme.
nobody could find their role.
Timbo says, where's Duncan at? I don't think he left Detroit, man. I think he's still there. They love him. They stole our sweet Duncan Robinson, and he loves it there. He's got Cade Cunningham now. We'll take a break here.
I still think that's hilarious.
We'll take a break here on the program. We come back. We'll play a little Goosies. No Goosies. That's next. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is time for our favorite Thursday game. A little Goosies. No Goosies. What do we have today, Jennifer?
You really provided for us right now. You froze into such a perfect way. It was so good.
Got to screenshot it.
I am.
You know what's funny? Why don't we freeze at the same time? It's always one or the other.
It's not the same internet, buddy.
Yeah,
I know.
You guys are in the same house.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like, what?
That's a little difficult.
I'm just saying it's a coincidence. I'm just saying, like, I know that.
For a second, I thought now you froze. I was
No,
like,
I've had no problems today.
He's just cranky.
But he's had problems. What I'm saying is like, yeah, it's crazy that I had him yesterday, just out of the blue.
Well, for me, you're kind of lagging, so I don't know.
He's just cranky because OJ McDuffie proved him wrong.
No,
he got you boxed in. Isn't that crazy?
He didn't get me boxed in. Like, okay, I prefaced it by saying how many plays I thought they run.
Right.
So my information was off.
Goosies. This is Goosies.
What do we have for Goosies, no Goosies today, Jennifer?
Well, guys, things have gotten weirder around here. Well, at least in China for now. There's robots they're sprinting.
Oh.
They're sprinting in the streets of China.
I don't like it. Oh my God.
So I thought you must have already had it. What does the caption say?
You could say what the caption is that made you giggle. That's fine.
It says Scatterboo.
Bye.
It doesn't just say Scatterboo, but
nope.
I don't have it in front of me.
You're a child. It's so easy to tickle you.
Yes.
It says, "Oh wow, these Camp Scatterboo highlights are crazy."
I have no Goosies over this because I don't like the fact that the robots are moving fast. I don't like it. They're getting too advanced. It used to just be they walk out and then they were doing like a little dance.
Squats.
Yeah, like I don't like the fact that they're humming down the track like this.
Like, why do they gotta run?
Right. There's no need for that.
No, oh my God.
I mean, this is crazy.
I'm very disturbed.
You know, Will Smith made a movie about this.
Yes, he did.
iRobot?
iRobot. Yeah.
What was better, iRobot or I Am Legend?
iRobot was better. It had other people in it.
Fair.
Isn't it? Didn't it have Tom Brady's ex?
Was Giselle Bundchen in it?
No.
Or Bridget Moynihan?
Bridget Moynihan, I think.
Ex Machina is scarier.
Who?
Have you guys ever seen Ex Machina?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Like
Are you guys serious?
Sounds like something you ordered.
Is that the one where they're part
It's basically
human,
about AI taking over.
It's like part human, part
freaked me out.
From years, but this was like years ago. Like, talk about being ahead of your time. Super creepy.
All right.
You got the Goosies, Leroy?
2014.
No. Like, we already got all these AI centers and these data centers being built, and now they're just gonna put these robots in there.
Jennifer,
you don't
Goosies?
complain about work environment.
Never that. I'm so sorry. I'll never be on board.
No Goosies.
Brittany?
Those things make me extremely uncomfortable, even when they're just dancing in Brickle. So absolutely no Goosies.
Dancing in Brickle?
They'd be dancing in Brickle.
Yeah, I don't like delivery robots.
No.
Oh, but they're so cute.
They're not cute, and they give them names, and I'm like, and it's like, hey, I'm
Names?
Paul.
Have you ever got something delivered by robot?
I would turn it down. No, I
Yes,
don't like robot cars.
I mean, it got to be better than, be honest with you, than having your nice hot meal on the floor of a moped.
I'd prefer that.
I would prefer that too.
Yeah, I'm sure Leroy's gonna love the customer service that's artificially
Extra
intelligent.
the robots are really stupid, Leroy. Like, they're really
Imagine you're fighting with a robot.
they're
I'll tell-
adorable, but they're stupid.
Every time I'm going down to a Heat game, those things never look like they're in a hurry.
And they always like
Them
every
now?
little thing on the road, just like it makes them so anxious.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You're like,
they get anxious.
oh my gosh, they freak out. Like, if there's
The
like
problem-
a little, if there's like a divot in the sidewalk and they feel it, like they'll just stop and they're like, And they'll be there for like 5 minutes.
Oh, your food was delayed by a pothole?
Yeah, essentially,
Well,
yes.
Just imagine that.
What app uses the robots? Is that like Uber Eats? Like
Uber
who's
Eats,
using?
Uber Eats uses.
Is it like an
mainly.
option?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
mainly like it's not an option. I don't know that you can even take off the option. It's mainly in like places like
Cities,
like the city
downtown.
like in Brickell, downtown, Miami Beach, like where there's restaurants that are not that far.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to hear that.
No,
You
no,
think
we're
like the restaurant, like if you were working the restaurant, you're like, oh look, Carl the robot's here to deliver today.
But like, let's say you
Why
could
is
only
his name
find them like on,
Carl?
I don't
they
know.
have names
They have names. They do have
do.
names.
and they blink. They have little eyes.
no.
They're so cute.
So at some point there's gonna have to be a law because some people gonna mess those robots up, right?
I think they've tried. Like they can trap them in there. Like you have to have like a QR code to unlock them and things like that.
Mhm.
We could just smash one.
Then I think that's a felony.
They've been
dude.
hit. They've been ran over before crossing the street.
Stupid robot.
Let's say if you order or whatever, and you're in a building, you have to meet them downstairs. Like
Mhm.
they cannot come up.
No, they can't get on the elevator.
Really?
Jennifer.
What, you gotta
They
hit
don't
the
wanna do that.
elevator and
Yeah.
look over at somebody else and go 13, please.
Yeah, create a
Like
half
that, I
delivery.
would be out of that elevator.
If they were that intelligent, I don't think they're that cute.
I mean,
You never know.
just doing
wondering why I
that.
asked
Some of them are. Listen, I've had Uber Eats delivered to next door, or to the apartment building behind our building.
But imagine
So
doesn't it make you more upset? Wouldn't it have made you more upset if it was a robot though?
no,
Yes.
it makes me more upset that it's a human being with delivering to a place that's not the address.
What
Specific enough.
what else we got for Goosies? No Goosies, Jennifer.
We have a friendly today at 2
Oh,
p.m. We got
Yeah!
France.
Goosies galore, dude. Goosies on top of Goosies. Wemby versus Jovic. It's the matchup everybody's talking about.
Everyone.
Everyone, dude.
I don't stop hearing about it in the hallways.
It's crazy. I mean, this is basically bigger than the World Cup because it's not even for a trophy. It's
Doesn't even
a friendly
count.
for pride. Oh, it
A
counts.
friendly is bigger than
It
the World
counts.
Cup.
It counts. It counts.
Oh my goodness. No Goosies.
So lame.
No Goosies.
Good for you.
No Goosies.
Gooseless corpse. Wow. Doesn't even like sports.
I love sports.
No, this is the
I
best
don't think
sports.
so.
Way better than anything else. He's gonna enjoy golf. Ooh. Jennifer, you got the Goosies?
Listen, if it makes my friend happy, I have Goosies.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yes, dude. And Jovic, man.
Jovic, dude.
Jovic, dude. Brittany,
I have Goosies for you. I'm so happy that you're so happy.
thank you.
That's why he stayed home today.
It's why he stayed home today.
Crazy. I wish that was why I stayed home today, but it's not.
So you mean to tell me at 2 o'clock you're not going to be in front of your television?
No, I gotta freaking watch it on delay today. It sucks.
Wait, so let me get this straight.
Oh, not
Mm-hmm.
at 2 p.m.?
You made this big deal about all the things you're gonna have to do to watch this game, and you're gonna watch.
Well, that
tape
is
delay.
that is
I don't
the
think he was
beauty.
anticipating.
Yeah. I have to go help my mom with something at her house.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Watch
I'm gonna
it?
text you updates.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that as long as they're good updates. Like if you say that like Wemby cracked one right on Jovic's head, don't send me that update. But if Jovic stuck a 3 in his face, I'm all for those.
Wait a
updates.
minute. Let me
And if
ask
you
you a
put
question.
visuals, even
If
better.
there's a choice,
Mm-hmm.
me sending you a text that said, "Ooh, Jovic just made a 3,"
Mm-hmm.
or Wemby just dunked on Jovic, which one you think I'm sending you?
You're gonna send me that Wemby just dunked on Jovic. 'Cause you're
Of
a rat
course.
bastard.
Dude, don't be rude.
What's gonna happen though when Jovic drops 6 threes today? Are you guys gonna apologize?
Over under.
It's not that we're arguing that Jovic is going to perform well.
Yeah.
The argument here is that it's just a little ridiculous the way that you're behaving about this friendly.
That's
That's all.
also out of our way, you know?
It's a home and home.
So when is the one at France?
I think it's on the 23rd. I think it's Sunday.
Okay, so it's not going to end, guys.
Gotta try and convince my wife to miss church.
Not miss church. I would love to see her reaction to that
on a Sunday, Tobin.
After you're already doing game day uncensored on Saturday.
Please ask her, but record it.
Yes, I beg you.
And send it to us. I would love to see her response.
We are here to watch Jovic hit threes on a giant Frenchman. Amen.
Amazing. It's so good.
What is wrong with you?
What's number 3, Jennifer, huh?
You know what? I want to keep making my friend happy. So, how do we feel about Jacob Rodriguez's mustache?
Wow. Look at that thing.
Look at that.
Does it get better every time you see it? I got to be honest with you. He looks like he has
his top lip.
He looks fantastic. That's Goosies galore for me.
It's like
his
Goosies galore.
His mustache is impressive. No wonder he's such a good football player. You can't suck with a mustache like that. That's just the rules.
Better not.
Everybody appreciates a good caterpillar under the nose. That thing right there.
That thing's the very hungry caterpillar.
Yeah. He wants to. I'm getting rid of mine.
Already got rid of mine.
Tobin had one last night, apparently.
I did. Schmeathan says we got Mr. Pringles as a linebacker.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
Is he Latino? So you got to change it.
No, I don't think so.
Senor
you guys, his last name is Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Really?
No, there's no way.
How many Rodriguezes you know that aren't Latino? Name one.
Exactly.
Huh?
What?
I just know how much it upsets you.
Schmeathan says no, Leroy. He's Korean.
Wait, I wasn't the one who was shocked by it. Jennifer said it.
Guys, of course he's Latino. What kind of question is that?
Yeah, a Latino that grew up in Wichita Falls.
Okay, I grew up in South Carolina, Jennifer.
You were born here, though.
You don't know where he was born?
I just told you where he was born.
Texas. I said where he grew up. Okay,
Wait.
Texas. How many?
Wichita.
Crazy
Falls.
thing that families can move, Jennifer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not insane.
Yeah, wait, don't you have relatives in Texas?
Yes, she does.
Southern Texas. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't.
Okay, well maybe they moved north.
No.
What are you doing?
I love how you're gatekeeping where Latinos can be.
I know. My
Not to mention her whole family is there. She
hey,
them.
it's a percentage in my family.
I mean,
Definitely.
but still.
Of his Latino culture.
Definitely no Latinos in Texas.
Definitely none, right?
No.
Isn't that where the wall is?
Like Jennifer's like, I'm gonna need to see some proof, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he actually is. I mean, he doesn't look like it to me. To me, he doesn't look it. So I am
Are you
shocked.
kidding me right
He
now?
does look Latino.
So shocked.
He does look Latino.
I'm
-1.
shaking.
Can I please give you a -1?
You deserve a -1.
Yeah, you deserve a -1.
-1.
Oh my God.
You tell me he's Mexican?
Wait.
Of course, his last name is Rodriguez. What?
Are you high as a kite right now?
Wait, I am stunned that you are here right now with this conversation. Usually we try to claim everybody.
He doesn't look Latino
Like
to
me and Tobin say, would have thought he was a tangible, right? We do this all the time. You are the only person that has sat here and said, no way he's Latino.
His last name is literally Rodriguez.
He doesn't have to look Latino.
Have Latino last names and they're not.
That's not true.
I mean,
one of their parents is Latino in some capacity.
Yeah, he's definitely more than I think he's got it more than Jaime Jaquez did. Look at that.
Yeah,
mustache.
Jaime Jaquez's
No,
dad.
what do you mean? He looks a lot more Mexican. What are you talking
Nah,
about?
dude, he's only got that because he's got the goatee going on.
No, Jaime looks like he is
No,
Hispanic.
you think of his name Jaime.
Jaime barely could say.
Right, the fact that you call him Jaime says he's Latino.
Yeah, of course he's Latino.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no how many?
Jacob Rodriguez. I don't know. And then
My
you see
cousin's
him
name
looking
is
like
Jacob.
that.
My cousin's name is Jacob Ortiz. My name is Brittany Rodriguez. What?
Man.
And we
Wow.
just have white names. We just have white names.
You know what? This is stunning.
Stunning.
I'm
Stunning.
Thank you.
That you would ever question.
I never thought I'd see
a
Jennifer.
fellow
You realize-
Rodriguez like that. A fellow
Wow.
Rodriguez, I can't believe you would question.
I am questioning him.
Wow.
First of all, Marcos is number 1. Marcos Gonzalez. That man doesn't even know Spanish. He's barely Hispanic.
That is
But he is.
not Latino.
But he is.
But he is.
Barely, it still is.
He's not.
Interesting. All right, well.
You guys question him all the time. Now you want to go ahead and turn on me? Okay.
No, I'm not turned on you. You're the one that said no
I take
chance.
big offense to this because I grew up in a world where everyone thought I was white. So I justice for Jacob Rodriguez. Justice for him.
Even with your last name Rodriguez?
Well, because they wouldn't know my last name, so they would see me and then
Okay,
I would be
that's
like, "Oh, hi,
different.
my name's Brittany," and then they would be like, "Oh my God, you're Latina," and I'd be like, "Yeah."
No, but again, if you say hi, my name is Brittany without your last name, if somebody were to assume that being in South Carolina, I could understand it. But once you say Rodriguez,
it's actually never intangibles. It's always white. It's always other Latinos who question my
there you go.
Heritage.
Other Jennifers.
Exactly. So that's why it's a great
Jennifers.
offense. That's why I'm greatly offended.
Wow.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? This,
No.
wow,
She would
Latino
prejudice
on
against her
Latino
own
crime.
people.
Crazy.
You're not even accepting him. He's probably going to be a
I
starter.
never
You're
said I
like,
didn't accept him. I'm just saying he
sounds like
doesn't
you
look
didn't.
it to me. Okay,
what does a Latino look like?
like me. Just kidding. I'm often confused by other things. So there's that.
Yeah, okay.
That is Goosies, no Goosies.
Oh, that's like, wow.
You're welcome.
We'll take a break. Final hour coming up. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. As we got a lot going on here today. Dolphins got a joint practice that went seems poorly today. We got a friendly later on today, Serbia and France. The Marlins are off, thank God. They just got swept. Sweep for you, sweep back for us. Sweep for you, sweep back for us. That's been the entire Marlins season this year. You know, win 7 in a row, lose 12 in a row. Crazy, man. This is crazy. Give you some headlines here brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami, the Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Some breaking news during the break. Not surprising. You knew this was coming, but, I mean, unbelievably, James Harden will never win an NBA championship. Fat bum. James Harden has agreed to a new 3-year deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers worth $97 million. I mean, what are they thinking?
3 years, $97 million.
Unbelievable. This is from Shams Charania.
Harden's be from Hocus Pocus. That's crazy.
Harden's career earnings reach $511 million, making him the 4th player in NBA history to eclipse the $500 million mark, joining LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. He turns 37 next Wednesday. Crazy. I mean, you just signed up for 3 years of not winning the championship, Cleveland. Congratulations to you.
So he's current day Charles Barkley? I mean, that's what everybody says about Barkley.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, Barkley or Malone. I think Zach Lowe called him the guard of Karl Malone's.
Right.
You know? Crazy, dude. Very rich, though. Congratulations to him. Very rich. Love the rich. Very rich. But they just locked themselves into that. I mean,
don't do it.
Don't do what? Look at Zeus.
Dre is looking at a iguana on the neighbor's yard.
Let him get it, dude. Let him get it.
But he's going to jump the fence.
Yeah, let's
I don't
see
want him in the neighbor's yard.
Get the phone out. Get the phone out. Film it. I want to see it. Let him go. Let him go. I want to see this. That's good. Anyway, James Harden. So Cleveland this offseason has given $270 million. What did they give to Donovan Mitchell? Donovan Mitchell. Was it 270? Am I overblowing that?
They gave him a lot.
They gave him a lot. What was this contract? Yep. 4 years, 270. 3 years, 97 to James Harden, and 4 years, $88 million to Peyton Watson. All to be 7th in the East. Crazy. Man, that's something. The Dolphins had a joint practice today. Meh. Big story, I guess, was there was a lot of fights.
Question, just before you say any of this.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing in preseason games, are we over-analyzing these practices?
I mean, to me, this is preseason game number 2, according to Jeff Hafley.
But you see what I mean? Like, I don't know. Something about the games. I don't care what the meaning of the game is, but it's something about playing as an athlete, playing in a game.
Sure. I'm hitting the point of football where I'm ready for football to start. I'm getting a little, antsy. It was great.
Still got a month damn near.
I know, dude. It's so long. Because, when we watched that game on Friday, oh, what a great first quarter. And, God, what a terrible 3 quarters.
That's what happens when when everybody else can spend, what, 280?
Well, I mean,
and you can spend 150.
Fine, but it's not like I've ever watched the Dolphins not have awful I watched awful preseasons last year, too, and the year before that.
That was partly because they're sitting everybody. Like
it's just the preseason. The preseason is overall a bad product. It's not good, but it's because they've basically pissed on it and basically been like, we're gonna just do joint practices.
You know what else is crazy? We always say preseason doesn't matter unless your team goes 0-4 or 0-3, right? Then you start digging into it. If you're a good team, so if the Rams were to go 0-3, or the Bills were to go 0-3, or Seattle was to go 0-3, right? You would say, don't worry, they'll be there in the end. Conversely, if the Dolphins would have gone 3-0, you'd have been like, let's taper that enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, like that drive couldn't have gone any better than you would have wanted, but it is against, it was against them sitting 25 guys.
Right. And that's the other thing. How much can you read into these things? Because you almost got a false sense of security coming in here to practice against the Giants. And that's a big step up from playing those plays you played on last Friday and then coming here and playing that front seven of the Giants.
Speaking of things that have kept going, no matter if it's preseason or practice, Tua, he's been bad. So we talked about this yesterday. Joe Shad put out a poll. Would you or will you boo Tua Tagovailoa in the preseason finale in Miami Gardens? And your options were yes, boo, or no clap. And it got over 3,000 votes, 3,400 votes, honestly. 60-40 said no, clap. I found that surprising.
I found that to be a flat-out lie.
How could you tell it's a lie? That's the percentage.
Lie. Like, do you understand some of the stuff we heard last year? And then those same people are going to say, no, we're not going to boom, we're going to clap.
The majority of people said that, and the majority of people said that they would clap. Plenty will say they boo, but the majority say they will clap.
They have no grit.
We'll see.
They have no what?
I don't believe
no
that.
Grit.
No grit?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that 1 second. I'm remembering the two of y'all got out of town.
Put me in the stadium. I'll boo loud enough for everyone.
Something
for a microphone.
What happened? I'm telling you, I might just get tickets just to go boo him. I think it'd be cathartic.
Something tells me you could get them for a very good price to get it that.
Me too. I think it'll be very cathartic.
Are you dude, we did radio during this whole Tua age.
Yep.
We got more complaints and anger towards Tua and Mike McDaniel than I've heard from players in a long time or coach in a long time.
He was
Yet now all of a sudden you ask a question and they all say, no, we're going to cheer. I'm not buying it. Not based on what I was hearing on a daily basis.
He was one of the most polarizing figures in South Florida history. I think he's a South Florida Sports Radio Hall of Famer of just getting reaction. Because even like Tannehill was a debate for a while, but it was just not as passionate, and it didn't hit the national landscape either. Nobody cared about it.
Well, it's because, you know why? Because you could go back and forth on what you thought about Ryan Tannehill. He didn't say anything that made you feel even worse.
The only time I remember Ryan Tannehill saying anything is when Joe Philbin benched him and he had his feelings hurt.
Okay, which is normal, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get you.
Like, we commented more on some of the things Tua said than his play at times.
$511 million for James Harden not winning championships. Crazy talk, man.
That's all right.
$511 million.
Wait, how bad? He ain't as bad as Tua, who's getting $50 million from the Dolphins.
Oof, you're not kidding.
How would you? At least James Harden gonna play.
That's true. He is gonna play.
So right, you might not like the way he plays, but damn it, James Harden gonna be out there.
Why not 2 years, $60 million? They had to give him 3 years.
I say, why do that when? What was he scheduled to make next year?
40. He opted out. Well, he opted out of 40. So he gave him a little wiggle room on the old apron to get Peyton Watson there.
Right. So, I mean, maybe they had something in the, works. That would really, I mean, how would you feel about a team that did that? that said, "Oh, opt out. We'll take care of you."
It happens. I don't know.
D Wade. It happened to D Wade, didn't it?
They kind of did that with. He kind of did that a couple of times for the Heat. One time, but then, I think D Wade assumed when he opted out he was going to get the Kobe deal, and they were like, "No, we don't have to talk about the dark ages."
These things hurt, facts, baby.
These
just
things
stating
hurt.
those facts.
These things hurt.
Right.
Right. Brought it down a notch, huh? Thanks for that. Hey, give us a weather update, huh? Brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Get your free roof and window estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
Breeze has picked up a little bit. It's probably a little over 5 miles an hour now. Winds are still coming, I'm going to say northwest. It is probably closer to 90 degrees, and it looks like it's clouding up a bit. I see some clouds around, look like it's building, folks.
Man, it's crazy out there right now. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's get to a little 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored here, which is brought to you by the invitation to the Lexus Summer Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through August 31st. Game Day Uncensored is going to come your way Saturday at 2 p.m. because we have a 4 o'clock start from Hard Rock Stadium. So myself, Solana, Perk, Omar Kelly, we will get you all ready for preseason game number 2. It's going to be riveting. It's going to be riveting. Dolphins today had a joint practice. John Harbaugh, just an update for our Canes fans out there, because we said Francis Mariano. Some had speculated that it was heat issues that took him out, but Harbaugh says that Francis Mariano had a stinger. So that's why he left. Not heat related, which makes a little bit more sense considering how much time
it don't
here.
Listen, not for nothing. Just because you're used to it don't mean you can't dehydrate. So I wouldn't definitely not put it out of the realm of things, but one of the reasons why people don't is because they understand the heat and they know how to get around it.
Speaking of linemen, this was Jeff Hafley. He was asked this morning about the Dolphins' first-round pick, Kadyn Proctor, and how he's been playing so far. And Jeff Hafley's been impressed with his rookie.
The best offensive lineman in this past draft will be on the field today, both top 11 picks. Did you think back, would you and Sully have been happy with either guy, the one you got, or Maui Noah, and how has Proctor done?
Proctor's been outstanding. I mean, I can't say enough about him. It's just the guy loves ball. The guy is tough. He's physical. The buy-in has been outstanding. He's fun to be around. He loves coming to work every single day. He's a rookie, right? So he's going to see some stuff he's never seen before. He's going to see stuff at practice he's never seen before because it's not our defense, and we didn't game plan against him. So there's going to be moments where maybe he's late coming back on a game, or maybe they stem and he combos to the wrong guy, and you got to take a deep breath and really watch him grow, and that's what I'm excited most about him.
All right. I mean, it's, glad that he's been happy with the result. Don't hear much about him today. It was mostly about the tackle struggling, especially Austin Jackson. Sounds like he had a bit of a tough day, but all in all, Kadyn Proctor feels like he has been handling things pretty well so far. Obviously going to be under the microscope. Does it make you feel any better, Brittany?
No. It doesn't make me feel better.
I mean, there's really not nothing.
Real game reps.
Because you're never going to actually be able to compare the two. It's really hard to kind of determine that.
Oh, I can compare the two. I just need him to be Jonathan Ogden.
Realistic.
I can compare effectiveness.
Okay.
Just because we can't go position for position, I can compare whether I can compare the impact of the game
when one
have
guy
on the game.
It's going to be a lot harder to impact the game at left guard than it is rushing the passer. You see what I mean? Especially in the world we live in now, that if Rueben Bain has 2 sacks, some people are going to think he's a bust. If he has 12, everybody's going to say we should have got him instead of Proctor. There is no, what are you going to use for the average person? What are you going to use to compare the two?
Rueben Bain doing Rueben Bain things. Kadyn Proctor needs to be a Jonathan Ogden. Figure it out.
Okay, but again, I'm trying to have a regular conversation with normal people.
I am having a regular conversation.
That's
a
not
regular conversation.
That's not how. Like, so Kadyn Proctor, in order for this to be a good deal, he has to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's being realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it has to be realistic. You just told me, what do I want?
You asked me what will make me feel
better. Never mind.
But you asked what made me feel better.
It was a dumb argument.
It wasn't an argument. You asked a question, and we gave you what our response was.
It was a stupid question on my part.
If we're having a negotiation.
It was a stupid question on my part.
I don't think it's a stupid question.
The reality is you can't compare the two guys that play two different positions.
Well, that's not the same thing. You're not having a reasonable retort on this either, because you just want to say, oh, they play different positions. Like, you literally could do that with everybody, unless they're taking position for position.
Here, Kadyn Proctor's numbers, how well he does isn't going to be determined in stats, whereas Rueben Bain's is. So how do you compare a guy that doesn't necessarily have tangible stats with a guy who does? So if Rueben Bain has a good or bad, we're going to look at sacks, tackles, whatever. How are you going to do that for Kadyn Proctor?
Eye test.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it's with my naked eye, watching a game and making sure that he's not getting blown by, he's blocking.
You never done the eye test?
Like, why is that a crazy statement? You're asking how we're going to evaluate Kadyn Proctor's impact on the team by doing his job.
Football play evaluators.
Who said I want to be
by watching and doing his job?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Here's what I'm saying. If Kadyn Proctor does his job all year, right, and Rueben Bain has 10 to 12 sacks, how are you going to measure the two? Because you're always going to look at the sacks and say that's better.
No, that's not true.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
But we're
Don't
not
tell me what I'm gonna do.
But,
I mean, that's not fair.
Okay.
But
see, I would like everyone. I would like everyone to remember this conversation. I'm not going to bring it up again. Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm not. It's a stupid conversation.
You stick to that promise.
You're taking two.
It's a stupid conversation.
It's my fault, though.
No. It's a stupid conversation if you're not willing to adhere to the rules. You think it's not comparable, but you seem like you're setting yourself.
Here's why I don't think they're comparable. Because we, and I'm including me, can look at the end of a game and go, oh, Rueben Bain had 2 sacks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You could look at Proctor and say, hey, he blocked 95% of his guys. The two aren't gonna, you're not gonna equate them equally.
Sure. Eye test.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna watch every single Dolphins game this season because I'm a Dolphins fan. So actually, I'll be watching Kadyn Proctor play more than I'll be watching Rueben Bain. So I'm gonna look at Rueben Bain's stats, but in my eyes, I need to see that Kadyn Proctor is doing his job, that he's a first-round pick and it was worth a first-round pick. Those two things are mutually exclusive. Now, if I feel like he's failing at his job and I feel like wasn't a good pick,
that's a whole different conversation.
Then that's a whole different conversation. I can still go back and say I think we should have gotten Rueben Bain. That's not saying I'm going to be comparing.
I will agree with that too. If he sucks,
yeah, eyes on the trenches.
But I'm saying if both guys are good, if both guys have productive seasons, right? We're always going to look at the sacks as meaning a little bit more than left guard getting all of his blocks, especially if your team's not going to be any good.
Only if you're a box score watcher. You got eyes on the trenches.
That's what most people are.
Not me, dude. I got eyes on the trenches.
Yeah, but like you're reducing us to like you're also reducing us to the average average.
Why does he want to fight me?
Fan.
Because you're doing Tobin stuff right now.
I don't think it's fair to like reduce us to the average like fan. Like we're not just gonna be like stat watching. We're actually invested.
Okay, wait. Can I ask you a question, Brittany?
What?
Here's what I would ask. If you accuse me of doing that, and I say, well, what would you need to see out of Kadyn Proctor to make you feel better? And he goes, he needs to be Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah.
So when you give me unrealistic answers like that, where do you think I'm gonna go?
He's obviously being hyperbolic.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He's being hyperbolic.
Thank you, Brittany.
Like
obviously.
Clearly.
No, he's no. Oh my
obviously.
He's being hyperbolic.
Wait. Isn't he always that way? And then when I get mad, you guys go, no.
I would like him to lead the league in MPS.
What's MPS?
But then, like, don't sit there and say there's no way to evaluate like his talent. We can evaluate his talent as people who know football.
Wait,
what did that stand for, Tobin?
All do this.
What does MPS stand
we
for?
Are more attracted to numbers And because he doesn't get numbers, are we always going to look at Rueben Bain's stats and say, yeah?
There's O-line stats.
What?
There are O-line stats. MPS.
What is it?
That's mauls per snap. Is he a mauler or is he not a mauler? We'll have to find out.
See what I'm saying? Okay,
but I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you.
I know, but
I'm trying.
It's because, like, yeah.
I agree with you guys.
Like, so I'm sorry if you got sucked into chuckle nuts over here. But
what? You disagree with me too.
I don't like
no, but like you, but again, keep in mind this conversation started with Kadyn Proctor having to be Jonathan Ogden. You see what I'm saying? So where is it going to go from there? I'm already feeling like I'm dealing with unrealistic.
Entertained. He has to hit the buzzwords. He has to be, hyperbolic. He has to come in with that. Of course. But when it comes to
malls per snap.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's go with the shock value. Shock value.
If he can go out there, listen, if he wants to open up a diner.
And who's going to determine malls per snap? You?
Yeah, eye test. Did I not say eye test minutes ago? I told you that.
I don't trust your eyes.
Listen, I need Kadyn Proctor to run a diner.
When have you had good football eyes?
All the time,
dude. That's not fair.
All the time. You and I, samesies. I told you. We could draw it up, you and I.
Brittany, you know what the funny thing about it is that I think we could all watch a game and see something different. I think my job is just to help you understand.
That's fair. So you know what? Then you can. So you think that, in your professional opinion, you can correctly evaluate Kadyn Proctor's talent more than me and Tobin?
Yes, to a certain extent, because but here's why. You have to have an idea of everything that's going on and to understand whether he failed or not. Right?
That's great. So as the season progresses and the games,
yeah, I'll be able to tell if he's doing his job.
You'll be able to tell us. Right. So then you're helping us with information. So then therefore,
yeah,
we can say whether or not we think we should have gotten Rueben Bain or not.
Yeah, I would say that. I'm saying you can't say it now. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't know what he's going to be.
That. We're just saying he better produce on the field. That doesn't make me what Jeff Hafley saying
here
preseason isn't going to make me feel better until
I think my whole argument is this.
The eye test. Thank you.
The overall production of a left guard is never going to be as great as the importance, or I would say the impact that Rueben Bain can make right away. Because Rueben Bain can change winning sooner if he gets 2 or 3 sacks in a game, a forced fumble, right? Whereas what's the greatest thing a left guard could do?
You could dish out some pancakes.
Okay, but that still doesn't mean the right side could go sideways and give up a sack. My point is that it's going to be harder to determine.
I can tell if Jonah's a bum or if Kadyn's a bum.
Yes,
I'll know who's
Jonah. I will say this: Jonah looks very comfortable.
He does.
And the crazy thing is, when you're listening to all of the comments from practice, ain't none of them been about Kadyn Proctor or Jonah Savaianai.
Nope.
They all been about the veterans.
Yeah, it's been tough. Another guy who's tough, Anthony Wint, FIU's own. He has made his way to the UFC. He is going to be fighting this weekend at UFC Sacramento. Pause up, figuratively and literally, coming up this weekend. He joins us next. All right, welcome back, guys. Tobin and Leroy here on FM 104.3 WQAM, and very excited to talk to our next guest. Anthony Wint is joining us here. He is fresh off a win on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. He is now going to be going into the Octagon this weekend at UFC Sacramento. Anthony, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate you.
Man, Brendan, I'm happy to be here, man. It's been a great day so far. It's going to get even better as I talk to you.
It was so cool seeing your victory, not only to see your victory, but with your former football team, the FIU Panthers, and seeing the video of them all watching you get the victory. Were you aware they were doing that watch party? And is that a common thing, or was this a big deal because you were trying to punch your ticket to the UFC?
It was a big deal. One, because I worked there. One, because I was an alumni there. And I know at least 89% of the team. I reached out to their media guys and said, hey, UFC wants to do a watch party. Would you guys be willing? They're in the middle of camp, so it's a big deal. They just took that time to do that, and them boys went crazy, man. We're gonna get this one done, so the energy's gonna go up even more. But I know I'm gonna get a Warriors welcome when I get back home.
Where did that rank as far as just like cool reactions that you got to see? Because I imagine it had to be like crazy with the messages, everybody seeing you have this viral moment, but just seeing a school you had so many great memories at and them celebrating you.
It was amazing, not because I won, but because I get to show those players that when football is done for them, when their time is up, if they don't make it to the NFL, whatever you put your whole heart into, you get to see that. Yeah, fighting wasn't easy to me, and I got to spend the time to actually walk with these brothers and say, hey, if you put the work in, you'll get there. And now they kind of get to see the fruits of my labor, so I can be a living testimony to, all right, whatever I want to do, I can do. It may not be fighting, but I might want to be a firefighter. I might want to be a police officer. I might want to work in the government, and you going through football gives you the mental fortitude to be able to do whatever you want. It's a superpower.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, Anthony? Like, were you always into fighting? Was fighting something that came after football? Like, how did your journey get here?
I was not into fighting at all, not on a professional level or even a recreational level to defend myself. I can count on two fingers the time I've been in a fight, and both of those times I didn't want to fight. I got into fighting because obviously football didn't work out. I was with a management company. And first-round management who manages some of the best football players and fighters in the world. John Jones, Ilya Topuria, Gable Stevenson, all those names. We can go on. And when I was done playing football, I was supposed to go CFL, and their CEO, Malcolm Caldwell, reached out and said, hey, you can be a world champion. I didn't believe him at the time. I eventually ended up leaving the company, but he planned to see through the grace of God to get me in a ring, and from there was history.
And can you tell us about your first time going and training? Like, how did you, when did you have the confidence that this is in your idea and you start training and you're like, oh my God, I really do feel like this could be a future for me?
So I'm a very cerebral person. I count the cost of everything. I kind of already knew that I would be somewhat good. The X factor is, can you get hit in the face? So my first gym was MMA Masters. Kobe Covington trained there for a little bit. Miguel Baeza, who was at the gym. And I went there, if I'm being honest, dominating in the area of wrestling. I didn't know jiu-jitsu, so once I got on the ground, I got caught with an arm bar or a rear naked choke or something like that. But when it comes to putting another man on the ground, I don't think there's too many people in the world better than me. I'm just too strong, and I know what I'm doing. So I did well there, and then once I got hit in the face a couple of times, once I started to bleed, once I got to my first amateur fight, I was like, yo, we might have something here. And here we are now, 5 years later, 7-0, about to make my UFC debut on the main card. You can't write a better story.
Undefeated, but do you still reflect on the first nerves of the first pro fight? Like, do you remember those butterflies, or were you confident going into that first?
It wasn't even butterflies, man. It was like an out-of-body experience. I feel like I didn't have control of my limbs. I didn't have control of my eyes. I feel like it was a dream. But the more we fought, the more we went through the amateur leagues, the more I went through pros. I want to say up until the last 2 or 3 fights, which doesn't count for much because they all are 40 seconds or less, I didn't really feel like I was in the moment. Right now, going against Terrence Chapman, I feel the most in the moment I've ever felt. I feel the most like a warrior, like a soldier of God as I've ever felt. And I'm going to go in there and take Terrence Chapman out. I'm going to hunt him down, or he's going to have to kill me.
So take us to the night of the Contender Series. You had this incredible finish. Was that different? Did it feel like, hey, this is pressure I'm putting on the show in front of the big boss? This could really be my ticket. Did you feel as confident as ever? What was that night like?
No, I honestly felt that at home. If I'm being honest, they could have gave me a lot better guys than Matthew Adams. No rack on him, but it says a lot about the promotion, the UFC, and how they like me. At the end of the day, it's the market as well. They gave me someone who they wanted me to starch as well. Even though Matthew Adams is a great heavyweight, don't get me wrong, but he's not on my level. The pressure I felt, which is a privilege, is to get him out there in the first round. The pressure I felt is within the first 2 or 3 exchanges for him to be unconscious. The pressure I felt and the frustration I felt is when he fell down, he tried to take me down, and I had to punch him while holding him. I wanted to put him flat on his face. And this is not out of me being any malice or me being angry at him, but if God's put me in a position to dominate another man and create a highlight, it's my job to do so. And more than likely, I'm going to go against a man who's going to want to do the same thing against me. So no pressure at all. I did exactly what I wanted to do. And now we're here now reaping the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you coming up fighting UFC Sacramento coming up on Saturday. Watch Anthony Wint, and he's going to put on another great show, we imagine. But that Tuesday Night Contender Series is always a great thing because part of it is you do have to put on a show. Now, you've finished a lot of guys early already in your career, but did that put any little extra, like, I know I got to put an exclamation point on it to impress?
If I'm being honest, not at all, man. I go in there with a clear head. I go in there knowing my capabilities. I go in there with true trust in God, and I know that God's giving me power in these hands. So Matthew Adams didn't have the skills to be able to run from me. And he said to himself, it was going to be over in the first round because I wasn't going to go backwards. He said that he wasn't going to go backwards, but I knew that for skill, he couldn't hang with me. I got a little nervous right now going against Terrence Chapman because he does have the power. But power is nothing if you can't hit me. And I don't think Terrence Chapman has the skill to be able to touch me, to be able to inflict pain on me. And once I touch him, we're going to see how he reacts.
So can you take us into how you wanted to have such a quick turnaround? Because it was said, Dana White said you were bothering him like right off the bat. So can you take us into that? Like, I want to get right back in there. I made an impression and I want to keep on putting myself on the stage. Why do that? Why not bask in it a little bit? Why did you want to make this happen so quickly right away?
Well, easy answer, Brendan, is that I'm broke. I left my job a month ago. Fighting doesn't pay that much. I got bills to pay, man. I'm single, unmarried. I know that if I want to get in position to be a husband, to be a father, to be able to take care of my community, buy my mama a house, we got to get this going. I'm 30 years old, about to be 31 next month. Not that we have to rush, but we got to be quick, but not in a hurry. If I would have took Matthew Adams to the second round, I would have never made that call out. But because we could get him out there in 30 rounds, 30 minutes, my hands are still good, my head is still good, we're still in a good space, I can make that call. And now it's on Dana White. Hey, you want to make some money or not? The people are eating this up. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. He put me on the main card, and I just got to show up again, man. So no pressure, but that's why I could make the call because it's like we did what we were supposed to do. You show, if I work at a dealership and my boss says, hey, you can't have Saturday off, but I sell 30 cars in a month or 50 cars in a month, I'm the head honcho and I can do what I want. It's the same way that works in MMA. You do what you're supposed to do, Dana White's going to bend over for you, for a lack of a better term. He's going to make sure that you are in the position where you can make some money and he can make some money, man. So even though it's a little animosity, it seems like between me and Dana White, I love Dana, man. He's my boss. But if I do what I'm supposed to do, man, especially on Saturday night, I'm trying to look at $100,000 come next week in my bank account.
Is it already like, do you, from your perspective, undefeated, and you obviously, have shown some great skills, but you're in such an interesting weight class in that, man, it feels like it needs new blood, and it feels like you can make a pretty big impact soon. What do you make about being a heavyweight and how far it could take to get to that rise to the top?
It can take as long as you want it to. If I'm being honest, I don't like the name drop, but he's a great fighter. People want me to rag him because we both play football. People want me to rag him because of his antics. I don't look at all that stuff. I cut on the tape and cut the sound off. Josh Hogan is an amazing fighter. And what he's amazing at is not just his hands, not just his knees, but his confidence. Mm-hmm. When he went against Curtis Blaze, I looked at it and said, yo, that might be too big of a jump. I don't think I would make that jump. But his confidence boosted him to what? The fourth ranked fighter in the world, possibly fighting Axborough, who's a legend, or fighting for the title. That's because he made the jump. I'm going to have to decide, do I want to make that type of jump? Do I want to skip the line, call my shot, call out somebody who more than likely I'm going to be an underdog against, and then prove people wrong? Or do I want to take the longer route, get some, guys who are not on my level, and then work my way up? Either route is good. I got to talk to my Father and God to figure out what he wants me to do. And at the end of the day, I got to defeat Terrence Chapman as badly and as quickly as I can so I can be in that position.
Explain the sword. Well, you see it on social media. You had it there, the sword dagger thing there in the sheath. What is the symbolism there?
I mean, if we're being honest, there's a lot. There's a lot of doors we can go in. First off, I went against Miles Banks for my fourth fight. He's 6'7". I would say he's about 6'8". I'm all of 5'10". And if you look at the Bible, you look at 1 Samuel, I think it's chapter 17, you look at a guy called David. He went against Goliath. He cut his head off. And funny story, one of my brothers from church texted me right before the fight. He said, just remember, David cut off Goliath's head with his own sword. We do the face-off. I look back at the face-off with Miles Banks, and he has a sword tattoo on his side. You can't write this type of stuff. From that moment forth, I was like, I got to knock this dude out. And then after I knocked him out, I said, I got to cut his head off. And then we get to my next opponent, knock him out, got to cut his head off. We get to Matthew Adams, and then his head has to come off as well. So what has me excited is not beating Terrence Chapman. It's not being in the UFC. It's continuing to honor God with the sword, the spirit, the ruach, this mighty blade he's given me that I continue to sharpen, because what giant can stand up against me that I cannot cut his head off? We're just going to keep putting heads on the wall. That's my goal.
Was faith something that was big when you were in football? Was it something that came into you when you got into fighting? Was it something you had your whole life?
No, I just got it. And literally when I started fighting, I don't know if I think we're on the radio, but I have a brand, Warriors of the Way Wardrobe. My name is Wint. So for those of you who are listening, W-I-N on the top, the T completes the sword. I got this brand when I first started fighting. I think God gives us confirmations. That confirmed to me that not only am I going to make money when it comes to fighting, but this brand is going to make me a millionaire. But if I go out there and win, then the brand goes up. People don't like to follow a loser. No one wants to wear a brand if they're not winning. So if I just go out there and continue to do what I'm supposed to do, man, not only am I going to reap the benefits of it, man, but I get to tell this testimony, not just to you, but one day we'll be telling it in front of the whole world.
Your journey to FIU. You played at Homestead High School. Was Butch Davis your coach? What was the recruiting element to you to end up at FIU?
So I was, the best way to put it, because we can go all the way back, I was always above average in high school. From wrestling to football. I made first team with wrestling, but I took second in the state. No one likes that. And I made second team 2 years in a row when it comes to football. Obviously, we're in Dade County, so I can make all types of excuses about why that happened. But going into college, I was not highly recruited. We had Ron Turner, which I know his dad is a very predominant offensive coordinator in the NFL. And they recruited me. Last minute, I went on the last recruiting visit. Went out there, came into camp the fourth string. I was starting by my freshman year. I played and started in pretty much every game that I wasn't hurt in. I only got hurt in 2 games. And then I wasn't a highly recruited NFL recruit. So just to follow that story, man, I was never highly recruited. I went undrafted. I got cut. I got pulled in the practice squad. And I'm sitting here, and this chip is building on my shoulder, and then I can't play football anymore. So when it comes to fighting, man, I see how God orchestrated this story of me being this underdog, me being this short guy, me being this guy who could never be the head honcho, and that all being because of the decision-making of other people, but mostly because of the confidence I have. Terrence Chapman is in trouble because now I'm at the highest level of my confidence, and it doesn't come from myself. It comes from the journey that God's given me, and I do not want to lose. I don't want to be second anymore. I don't want any more victories, any more stories. Hey, you lost because you took the fight on 10 days notice. No, I want people to talk about like, dang, this guy took the fight on 10 days notice, and he still outperformed the guy who had time and was fully healed. So a little bit of an underdog story, but everybody has a story. And I'm just writing my own story right now.
But you found, like, you know, you've obviously been through a lot of adversity and athleticism. Like, that drive helped you a lot in fighting, I imagine.
It has. I'm not an angry person, but I'm super competitive. I'm super competitive. I don't like to lose in Connect Four. I don't like to lose in hopscotch, rock, paper, scissors. I'm terrible at golf, but if you give me a month and a half, I guarantee you, Braden, I'll have you screaming. So, man, I'm super competitive, especially when there's something at risk. And there's nothing more at risk than in fighting, because I can go in there and lose my life and be embarrassed in front of the whole world. I don't plan on being embarrassed, Brendan.
Anthony, listen, man, we're looking forward to watching you coming up on Saturday on Paramount Plus. Go check him out. He's one of Miami's own, and excited to see his journey as he embarks on this UFC career. Congrats, man, on a hell of a statement, and we're looking forward to watching you.
Yes, sir. You guys stay sharp.